Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Maroon Devils Network as we get ready for playoff week number 2 in football. But before we start talking football with our head coach, Sherman Holt, we're going to be talking about a very special group that brought home another state championship to Swain County High School, and that's our cross-country team. With us here is Amaya Hicks. Amaya, tell us about that. Tell us the feeling you had as an individual and how your team felt winning that cross-country championship this past weekend.
Pretty amazing. It was back-to-back. Our top 3 runners, Annie Lewis and Gracie and myself, placed 2nd, 3rd, and 10th, so we made the all-state team. This is the strongest cross-country team that we've ever had come through Swain. Just pretty good knowing that we were that strong.
Oh, outstanding group, and I understand in talking with you before we came on to do this interview that, of course, you won it last year. I think the spring and the indoor, and now you're on track to maybe do that again. That's going to put you in a place that nobody has ever been, from what I can understand. Mm-hmm. So tell us how that works with the spring and the fall, and for those not familiar with cross country, how that kind of plays out.
So in the wintertime, we'll go compete against not only 1A but 2A, and then we'll go to outdoor, and that'll just be 1A, but we're hoping to win those again and get our 2nd Triple Crown.
Wow. Well, that's tell us your thoughts when you were actually involved in the race, as you were pushing hard. As you mentioned, you were right there in the number 2 spot. Tell us your thoughts as you were actually running in the race this past weekend.
Most of us started out a little behind from where we wanted to be. I was 5th, 6th most of the race, but I just had to tell myself, like, you're ranked 2nd. You have to place that, not only for myself but for my team.
Yeah. Now, how special is this for the entire team? Maybe some folks who weren't able to place this high. How does this make the entire team feel? Maybe on the bus ride back when you were celebrating and having a good time. What was the feeling between you and your teammates?
Pretty good. We've all worked really, really hard this season, not only our top 3 runners, but our whole entire team. I think that's something that we've tried to emphasize this season is our 6th and our 7th and our 8th runners. Those runners are just as important as our 1st and our 2nd runners.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit, Amaya, if you will, the work you put in during the week and maybe even on the weekend. I know as a runner, you could probably put in some miles on the weekend as well, because, you look at some of the sports like, for example, football or basketball, and the practice schedule is pretty much laid out. Tell us your practice schedule and how the team works getting ready for these kind of competitions.
In the beginning of our season, it's mostly just lots and lots of miles that we're getting in. But once you get closer to conference and regionals and state, it's more speed work. Just really focusing on your nutrition. Your sleep is really important. Most of us run 6 out of 7 days of the week. Wow. And you just have to focus on all of that altogether.
Oh, I can imagine. Tell us how much your coaches really work with you and maybe push you to be your best to compete at this level.
Really hard. I mean, that's something that Coach Payne, if it wasn't for his workouts and for him training us, one of the things that, he's told us this season is, no matter if we win or lose, we're never going to get outworked. And I think that's something that we've all really taken into play this year. Yeah.
Well, we just want to say congratulations. I know the entire county and the entire student body at Swain County High School is so proud of you and your teammates. And this is something I'm sure you'll never forget, is being a state champion. And, hey, good luck as the competition continues the rest of the year.
Thank you.
All right. Amaya Hicks, ladies and gentlemen, part of our state championship cross-country team. We're so proud of these young ladies and wishing them the best as we go forward. Stick around. We're going to be talking with Coach Holt, and we've got kickoff coming up just a little bit later as well here on the Maroon Devils Network.
Hello, viewers. My name is Audrey Zelinka, and I'm one of your student correspondents with the Maroon Devils Network. This channel was created in 2014, and since then we've had over 430,000 views, but more than 75% of those have been non-subscribers. Right now, our channel has a little over 2,400 subscribers, but we want to reach a goal of 5,000. To help us do this, you can like, subscribe, and share our videos. Thank you for watching the Maroon Devils Network.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's week number 2 of the State 1A playoffs. Our Maroon Devils coming up with a big win over Winston-Salem Prep, who is right now prepping for basketball as we get ready to take on the Thomasville Bulldogs here in week number 2. Coach, 26-8 win. As we look back, we really, I think, played a good ball game. Had a good game plan because just about everything they tried to do, we seemed to have an answer for. So it was just a good, solid win from start to finish last week.
Yeah, it was. Our kids played real hard, and, the one thing we told our kids all week was the physicality of the game needed to go in our favor. And, we practiced pretty hard Monday and Tuesday, and then kind of come off of them a little bit on Wednesday and Thursday. But our kids, they knew that they had to be physical. They knew they had to play sound. And biggest thing for us was getting their offense off the field and keeping the ball, having a lot of ball control. And we did that better in the second half. If I said we had to do one thing a little better, is just take care of the turnovers, clean that up a little bit, and pretty much played a pretty good ball game other than that.
Oh, yeah. Coach, talk about our defense because they obviously had more speed than we've seen all year. Number 3, Arion, was one of the best athletes we've seen all year. He was not only fast, but he was big and could do a lot of things. Their quarterback was really small, but he was very shifty, very elusive. We did a good job overall containing their athleticism.
Yeah, we told them, on Monday that we had to do a real good job of limiting the big play. And I think Friday, they had 4 plays over 15 yards. And so we done a real good job of that. One play led to their only touchdown. It was about a 40-yard play where we probably should have tackled him, but we just missed in space. And so, that was our big emphasis, was tackling in space and just getting them to the ground. And we done a real good job of that other than about 3 or 4 times all night. We made them work and fight for what they had to get. And so I was proud of that. And, our kids, they responded real well to the challenge of being at home in front of our fans. We hadn't never lost a home playoff game in the first round, and so our kids took that challenge very well, and they didn't want to be the first group that changed that record. So proud of our kids' effort and the way they made Winston-Salem kind of get uncomfortable. They done some things that we hadn't seen them do on film, and so it was good overall effort by our kids Friday.
Coach, talk about our defensive ends. I know Nathan Bogdanovich. I have to say that for him because he was so fun to work with this year. We just really did a good job with our defensive ends, our linebackers, even our secondary people, forcing them to the sideline because you'd see them time after time trying to get to that corner and try to break that big play, but we forced them to that sideline pretty well.
Yeah, defensively in our tackling drills last week, we put a big emphasis on stretching it out, trying to elongate those runs to the sideline laterally, and using the sideline as a 12th defender. And so we did a good job of that, and we really did real good in coverage because their quarterback had to pull it down a lot and just try to run. And he had a little bit of success early, just extending some plays, and then we finally got to him and started hitting him a little bit and, making him, second guess, do I want to pull this thing down and run it or do I just want to get rid of it? And so that was good by our kids, just being physical and tackling well and being smart football-wise of forcing them to the sideline.
Yeah. Coach, offensively, we did a nice job, obviously, putting up 26 points. And, Reese played a good ball game. Josh Collins played a good ball game. Josiah Glaspie. Joe is just such an asset on offense. So we really had a good job. Our offensive line, I thought, played a good ball game. So some really good things to talk about on that side of the ball.
Yeah, offensively, we did what we wanted to do. We controlled the ball, had some long drives. Other than the turnovers, I already mentioned that was kind of the only thing offensively that we can really harp on this week in film and practice because, Josh had a real big game for us. I think he was 17 carries for like 125 or something like that, and a touchdown or two. And he does a real good job for us. We line him up at a lot of different places. He throws the ball, he catches the ball, he runs the ball, he blocks for us, and done real good at that. We kind of put in a little heavy package with him at quarterback, Wildcat, and we put Blake Swain in blocking for him. Blake done a real good job, played a lot of offense for us this week. And, Blake the last couple of games has played more offensively for us, and I think moving forward that's going to be something that we kind of stick to, and it gives some of our guys a break offensively. Blake coming in and playing that fullback position and blocking, and we didn't run a whole lot of fullback stuff, but he done a real good job blocking, and Josh done a good job running the ball, and our up front guys, they blocked, and we at one time we had 6 linemen on the field, 2 tight ends, and a fullback. And we basically said, here we come, stop us. And our kids done a real good job. First drive out of the half, I think we had it for 7 minutes on that first drive, ended up with a touchdown. And that's going to be real big for us this week, And, Reese, he done a real good job for us just, managing the game. We've kind of put a lot of pressure on him. Anytime you play quarterback, it's always tough. Yeah. That's the toughest job on the field. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah. We ask him to do a lot of things, and he played real well Friday. I know some people might say, we turned the ball over a lot, but one of those turnovers was not his fault in the passing game. But we just continue to get better. Reese, he's done a real good job for us all year, and he is he's just a leader and a fierce competitor, and I think his mentality comes off to our team, to make them be competitors. And you mentioned Josh and Reese and Joe; those guys are real big for us offensively, just big playability. The offensive line, they played great up front. It don't matter who you got in the backfield. If those 5 or 6 guys don't do their job, it's going to be a tough night. Yeah. And so they done good, just staying on blocks. And, we didn't have no huge running plays like we've had the last couple of weeks, but we were just 5 and 6 yards at a time and just kind of wore them down, I think, in the second half. And that'll be big for us this week, keeping the ball and wearing those guys down a little bit and just being able to sustain drives.
Yeah. Coach, talking about special teams, that third element of football, obviously some people don't, I guess, look at it, look at the big picture, but it's so important with a team like Winston-Salem Prep and probably Thomasville as well. We don't want to kick the ball to their really fast guys who can break one and bring it all the way back to the house, do we?
Yeah, we've kind of had to, come up with a plan on how do we kick, and, do we punt to them or do we try to, punt it out of bounds, kick it out of bounds. And the one thing I'll say, Oliver Reyes has done a real good job the last 3 or 4 weeks in the absence of our starting kicker, Brendan Lannon. And, Oliver, he's not kicked very much, and, it's real new to him. And he's understanding the importance of just being consistent. And, we do a lot of placement on our kickoffs, and, we don't want to kick it right to them. And we want to get a lot of height on the ball so it gives our guys time to get down the field. And, he's done a real good job for us just in the absence of Brendan. Most people, if you lose your kicker, you go for 2, and we've not had to do that. He's done a pretty good job of kicking PATs, and, we feel comfortable kicking field goals if we get inside the 15. And so, I know we haven't done that this year, but we haven't been in those situations yet. We work on it in practice. But, special teams is just real big because that is a part of the game that can swing the momentum, probably the biggest than any other phase, because you're always expecting a big touchdown on offense or, the big 3rd or 4th down stop on defense. But when you can – block a kick or you can get a return for a touchdown, that's just so much momentum, and we just want to limit our opponents of getting that momentum. And so we've done we've done pretty good in the recent weeks of not allowing big plays in the special teams game. And our kids, we work on it a lot in practice. And, so we feel like we've done well. I know some people might think, well, you give them the ball at the 45 if you kick it out of bounds. And I'm like, well, at least we got it at the 45 and not in the end zone. So, that's part of the strategy thing that you got to, what do we do to limit their big plays? Because, especially a team like Thomasville this week, they ran one back last week, 90-yard touchdown return. That was a big momentum shift for them in a game that was close at that point, and that kind of blew it open. And so just got to be careful in the special teams game. But we'll be prepared, and our kids really take pride in that, doing their job, doing their 1/11th in a phase of the game that sometimes don't always get a whole lot of attention.
You're right. Coach, talking about Thomasville, our second-round opponent, as we're going to be on the road down at their place this Friday night, of course. Thomasville, a lot like the Maroon Devils in that they have outstanding tradition. 7 state championships that they have won, many of those in the 2A division. I was looking back in 2004, 5, and 6. They won 3 in a row. They had a special player, Quan Worley, who was a 2-time Associated Press North Carolina Player of the Year, and that's a rare thing, doing it twice, but he had like over 8,000 yards, over 100 touchdowns, and they won 3 in a row, which is also extremely hard. So that tradition, a lot like ours. So we're going to see tradition head-to-head with tradition this Friday, aren't we, with both teams?
Yeah, I don't think Swain County's ever played Thomasville in the playoffs. I would have to look, but I don't think we have. And 2 programs that are rich in tradition. They've won a lot of state championships, and the thing I'll say is they're coached very well. You turn on film and you watch their kids; they're very disciplined, and so it's going to be a tough task for our guys. That's a pretty good long trip, down below Greensboro, and we watch film and you see they've got a few guys that can run. And just they kind of got a 1-2 punch with their running backs. Both of them are 1,000-yard rushers, and so they like to run the football. I think they pass it less than us, if you can imagine that. But it's one of those things where it's going to be a wheel of, the will to win on Friday, of course, and then what team makes the fewest mistakes. Right. Probably has the least amount of penalties, probably going to win this game. And that's going to be our biggest focus this week to our kids today at practice. When we watch film and give them the game plan is be disciplined, execute at a high level, and, which team probably makes the fewest mistakes.
Yeah. Coach, it'd be obviously great to have our 12th man down at Thomasville, being on the road, of course. I'm sure they're going to have a great crowd like we always do here at Swain County Memorial Stadium. So we'd love to see a lot of people on the road this Friday, because that could really mean the difference, especially when you've got a tough physical game like we expect this one to be.
Yeah, hopefully the Maroon Devil faithful will take about a 3.5-hour trip down the mountain and cheer these boys on. And I know it really helps our kids when we have a big fan base and they get loud and they get behind them. And, it's about the kids, and how can we as adults or fans, encourage them and, try to build them up. And that's the biggest thing for us is we've had real good support at our games this year, both home and away.
Check, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Check. Wouldn't think
good.
nothing else that there's going to be a bunch of maroon and white in Thomasville Friday night.
No doubt. Fans, stay tuned. We have kickoff coming up soon. Our Maroon Devils week number 2 here in the state playoffs on the Maroon Devils Network. From Thomasville High School here in Thomasville, North Carolina, this is Maroon Devil football live on the Maroon Devils Network as we are getting ready to kick off the second round of the state 1A playoffs. Hi, everybody. Welcome in on a Friday night. I'm Gary Ayers along with the coach, Rod White. Joe Holt is to my left. We have Toby Burrell, Sharon Burrell taking care of all the stats. But, Coach, hey, we're looking across the field, and it says Cushwa And Cushwa is the name of a former coach here that they've named their field after. But hey, all we know is they're a bunch of Bulldogs, and they have very good football here at Thomasville.
They have. Historically speaking, you can't. I can't remember a time that Thomasville hadn't been mentioned. From our end of the state, you'd hear a lot about them. I can remember going into playoffs and those folks getting to see some of these folks meet some of their coaches and talk to them and do different things over the years. So just having that relationship with them, and this is only my second trip here. We never played here, but I did come through here at one point in time and exchange some video with their coaching staff when Coach Brown was here. And so just looking everything over here, this place, their Bermuda grass is browner than ours. So ours is making a comeback, but it's a beautiful place to play here on a Thursday night here down here in Thomasville.
And we moved, of course, the game up to Thursday because of the threat of this Hurricane Nicole that is now moving its way up the East Coast. It's already into Florida, and they've got some issues down there already, and it's going to be moving its way up. And according to the weather forecasters, now you remember the last time we were looking at this storm back earlier in the season, and everybody was talking about all the rain we were going to get. Well, of course, in the mountains, we didn't get hardly any rain at all.
Yeah, it bounced off of us. Those mountains deflected it. But, yeah, from the way everything's all, and of course, we saw rain all the way down here driving down today. Not a steady downpour, but just patches of drizzling rain all the way down here.
Oh, yes, indeed. Now, coming in tonight, of course, we're expecting rain before the game is over. But right now, things are very dry. We have a steady breeze blowing here, but it's really unseasonably warm. Temperatures probably right now in the low 60s, Coach. And for, hey, let's face it, for this kind of November, this time of the year, we're not used to this kind of warm weather.
Nope, we're really not, and it is unseasonably warm, and so we'll see what happens here as the ball game goes on, as far as all this moisture that's supposed to come pouring down. But hopefully, it won't get too bad.
Hey, that's right. You know, you were talking about some of the tradition of this Thomasville High School. We talked about this some with Coach Sherman Holt earlier in the week, but they have a lot in common with Swain County High School. This team here at Thomasville has 7 state championships, 3 in the 2A division in 1988, 1991, and 95. And then when they went to the 1AA, they played in the big 1A, we used to call it, where our Maroon Devils played for a while. They had 3 in a row in 04, 05, and 06. And then again, they had a state championship in 2008. So they have that tradition. They know how to win, much like our Maroon Devils in the past.
Yeah, in 2004, they played right after we did down there at NC State, and we had finished our ball game and won, and they used the same dressing facility as we did. So we got some of our kids got the opportunity to talk to some of their players and everything, and during before the switch over of the 2 games.
Oh, no doubt. That's when they had the great Quan Worley, their 2-time Associated Press North Carolina Player of the Year. It was a rare thing to do that 2 years in a row. Quan Worley went to Florida State, had over 8,100 yards rushing in his career, 106 touchdowns, and obviously 2 great teams sharing the same locker room that day.
It really was, and it was it was a little bit of camaraderie. Their kids were looking at our kids after coming off the field and knowing that we had won. They had seen us win the thing and watching our kids celebrate, and they came over and started talking to our players as they were unloading their equipment and getting ready to get dressed, and we were trying to get our kids showered and get them out of there as quick as we could so they'd have plenty of time before their ball game. But the kids really hung around a long time just to talk to each other and pat each other on the back, and which we were wishing them well as we went out the door.
And, again, they've had a lot of success here at Thomasville High School. Coach, when you look down on the field, watching this team warm up, they have good numbers, they have good size, and we can see the athleticism at almost every single position.
Oh, these kids can play, no doubt about it. After watching them on film and working with Coach Holt this week, they're doing a few things. They're very deceptive, their speed is. When I say deceptive, when they get in that grass and they get out there in that open field, it just seems like they've got a whole other gear that they can hit. And it's you don't want to get in a foot race with them, let's put it that way. And there's a lot of teams over the years that we played that had speed like that in a couple of places, but I don't think we saw as many places as like what Thomasville's got it.
Wow. And that was kind of the next question I was going to talk to you about. Last week we played Winston-Salem Prep, and of course now they're playing basketball because we eliminated them here in the State 1A playoffs. What's the difference, for example, in this Thomasville team and Winston-Salem Prep that we played last week?
Execution. That athletic ability is almost similar. Now, Thomasville's bigger and stronger.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put it up front. Their linemen are much more disciplined, their offensive line and their defensive linemen. They use power blocking schemes. They run a lot of different types of trap plays and lead plays that are very deceptive. Their quarterback, he loves to run out of that pistol set and that gun set. And when he gets, he's just as elusive, almost as elusive as the quarterback we saw last week. Now, if you didn't think that young man could run, then you were backing up.
And again, talking about the quarterback, he's one of their top athletes, talking about the guys here at Thomasville High School. And he really gets it done out there on the field. We're talking about, I believe it is number 2, Lucky. And there's a good name for a quarterback. He's a senior. They have some seniors here. One of those, Jamari Powers, one of their great wide receivers. Lucky, their quarterback. Shannon Smith, one of their great running backs.
Yeah.
One of their running backs, only a sophomore, Kevin Robinson. So, but they have good senior leadership, but some youth behind them that just keeps this team getting better.
Exactly. When you look at them lined up out there, the fullback, he is their bruiser. He's a load. Talking with the coaches, with Coach Holt and his staff this week, and talking with the players and going up there and watching them a little bit this week, we're going to have to attack him a little bit different. He is a load. He's a big young man, that Shannon Smith is. He's a horse. And they like number 7, the tailback. He's their cutter. He's their cutting horse. He's not as big as Smith, but he when he goes up in there, he's waiting to see what kind of seams in the zone scheme. They like to run some zone plays too, and he just tries to find that one little crack he can jump through. And then there again, you got the quarterback. He's real he's real light on his feet. He's got a sleight of hand. He hides the ball well. He's not a great big. He's not going to overpower you, but he can outrun you.
And talking about that speed and the power, talking about Smith, I think Coach Holt said he weighed about 235 pounds.
Yeah.
We don't see hardly any running backs that big.
No,
so that's a hard guy to bring down.
Yeah, he's a beast. He really is. And you watch him on film, and he's a good blocker. And he's the full package. That's why they've got him back there almost every play.
And so we're going to be keeping an eye on some of these guys, as we mentioned, number 1, number 2, number 5, number 7, number 16, and then we get to their linemen as they are leaving the field, and they are in very, you can see those guys are really loaded. Fans, stay tuned. We'll come back and talk more about tonight's second round State 1A playoff game when we continue right here on the Maroon Devils Network.
How about now? Yeah, let me check this here. Right?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Just a check. This is just a check. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Testing 1, 2. Yeah, it's just a little bit loud too. It may have been what happened. Is it loud in yours, Gary?
Yeah, you're loud.
Yeah, it's real loud. Test 1, 2, 2. That's a little better, but not much. You may want to turn it down. Turn it back up now. Test. That's better. Still a little bit. Is that too loud for you, Gary?
That's not too loud.
Okay, I'm good. Yeah.
Are you good?
That echo's gone now. Yeah, the echo's gone.
Okay.
It was. It just sounded like I was. Somebody was saying the same thing.
Hold on.
Test. Yeah, pretty good now.
Good, Jeff. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Can you turn my ears up just a little?
Yeah, just a touch.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me.
That's
Test.
yeah, that's better. On me.
Yeah,
That
that's
way.
it. Yeah, if I'm not too loud to you, Gary, is it still just a touch loud?
Yeah, no, he's really loud.
I picked up some right then. I got real loud.
This is just your headphones, so all I do is adjust your headphones. So
Okay.
that's what I'm asking. You want more here?
Yeah, no, he's too loud now.
Yeah, I'm too loud. I'm blowing Gary's ears out.
Okay, 1, 2, 1. That's better.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm still too loud. Test. Back up just a little bit. Right there. How's that, Gary?
That's good
That's
for me.
good. That's good right there. Yeah. That's not near as loud as it was.
yeah. Yeah. Fans, welcome back. We were talking about. Fans, welcome back live. As you can see the field here at Thomasville High School. I know a lot of folks were wondering, hey, are we going to be able to broadcast live tonight? And yes, we are. Thank you very much for those people who contributed and made this possible to broadcast live here tonight, Coach, because I know, hey, we're basically 3.5 hours away from Swain County. It's a Thursday night. A lot of folks, have to get up and go to work early in the morning. So a lot of folks couldn't make the trip because the game was moved to Thursday because of weather. But that was not our call, and we're here ready to play, and we hope folks enjoy the broadcast.
That's it. That's exactly why you do it, Gary. I mean, it's an opportunity for folks to get an opportunity to see the game, experience the game, and not have to do, you want to see live folks in the stands. There's no doubt about that. Everybody does. And you like to have your fans there backing the kids, but it's not possible when you're playing on a Thursday night.
It's really tough, and we understand that. Of course, we're hoping that we'll have a good game to broadcast without a whole lot of rain, even though they are forecasting rain to move in probably before the 8 o'clock hour kicks in. So we'll see if that's the case here tonight. But one thing about it, both teams rely on running the football. Now, so both teams are going to have to be playing on the track, whether it's wet or dry. Mm-hmm. And one thing that's we always talk about, coaches, broadcasters, hey, when teams run the football, it's going to be a quick ball game.
Yeah, that clock doesn't stop running. They'll stop it long enough to move the chains, and then they blow the whistle, and it's back in play again. And this field's in great shape. The surface looks real good. There's no bare spots in it, so it could take some rain. I don't know if they've been as dry down here as what we've been at home for the most part. So I would say this surface could take a little bit of water and it not get too bad.
Oh, no doubt about that. As you mentioned, our Bermuda grass at home is actually starting to kind of green up because it's been so warm.
I was up there Tuesday, and I asked Coach Holt, I said, "You've been watering this field? What have you been doing?" He said, "No, I've not touched it. It has literally greened back up just like it looks in the middle of the summer."
Talking about some of the other playoff games going on tonight in the 1A division as we go from top to bottom here in the second round. Number 1 seed Eastern Randolph, who had a first-round bye. They're going to be hosting Mountain Heritage tonight. Here's an old Smoky Mountain Conference showdown going on at Robbinsville at Big Oak Stadium. Robbinsville is going to be hosting Cherokee. And, Coach, that could be an interesting ball game.
Anytime you're playing folks twice, and we used to go through this a lot back in the old days, you remember where you played some teams twice in your conference just because to fill your schedule out, and then you turn around and you get into playoffs, and darn if you don't end up having to play them again. Things seem to start equalizing out just a little bit once you've met up with the same team a couple of times.
It really is because, the other team, obviously, especially if they lose, they've figured out kind of what you're trying to do, and then that's the motivation. And meanwhile, you're on the winning end, so the question is, are you as motivated to play that second game?
Exactly, and are you going to do anything different? Because if you don't put a few wrinkles into it and they get your number out there, all of a sudden you're hamstrung. You're out there and you're searching for answers, and there's not one. They've already come back at you and kind of got you pinned down, and you can't do anything about it.
Oh, no doubt. Also tonight it's going to be Christ the King, one of the top teams from the same league as Thomasville. They're hosting Hayesville tonight. Mount Airy, we know about those Granite Bears. They're hosting North Rowan. Also tonight, the winner of our game with Thomasville will play the winner of Drawn, and a lot of folks have never heard of Drawn High School. That's down in Valdez, North Carolina. Well, they're hosting Mitchell, the Mountaineers that we know very well in that game. And again, the winner of Drawn versus Mitchell will play the winner of Thomasville versus our Maroon Devils. And on the bottom of the bracket is going to be Murphy and East Wilkes. And then on the very bottom of our side of the bracket is going to be number 2 seed Andrews. They're going to be playing Mountain Island Charter. So want to wish all our Smoky Mountain Conference teams good luck. And Coach, if things go as the seeds go, there could be another chance for another Andrews versus Murphy rematch coming up next Friday if they both win.
To me, it sounds like that's maybe what's coming. I'm just going to say.
Yes,
Let's go out on the limb a little bit, and sounds like that's probably what we're headed for.
I think you're right. So the Smoky Mountain Conference still well represented here. I believe, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, all 6 teams in the conference are still in the second round. Of course, one of us is going to get eliminated tonight with Robbinsville and Cherokee. One of those teams going to be knocked out. But it just talks about the excellence of the conference and that drive to keep playing in the playoffs. And we want to wish all those teams the best of luck.
Yeah, we talk about it all year long how good our league is, and so it just goes to show you. When you're already matching up against each other in the second round, something's up, and you're putting a good product out there for all the Smoky Mountain Conference.
And on the other side of the bracket, if you follow the East, basically just the 2 top 3 or 4 seeds. Tarboro, of course, everybody knows about them. They are the number 1 seed in the East. Some of the other teams, Rosewood, the number 3 seed, they're still very much in it. So, those are 2 schools to watch out for on down the line. And then there's number 2, Northmore. They're still very much involved in the playoffs. As I mentioned, number 3, Rosewood, and number 4 seed is Northampton. So all those top 4 seeds are still very much alive. So
I think I saw a familiar team on there too at one point in time. Gary, was it Southside? Yeah,
yes.
At Hobton. I tell you what, I'd almost like to be a fly on the wall for that ball game right there, because we've had a big bunch of both of them over the years, and so we played Hobton several times, and it's always been interesting. We haven't won them all, but we won most of them. We won more than we lost.
Hey, that's right, and we all know our Southside matchup.
Oh yeah, that was an interesting day down there at NC State.
Yeah.
That was a fun day.
Yes, it was. No question about it. So there are 2 teams, again, we're familiar with from that East bracket that are all playing tonight. And, of course, a lot of teams from the mountains. Some of the teams, I know Smoky Mountain is playing. They're playing tonight. They had a big win over Central Davidson last week. And this school we're playing tonight, Thomasville, is from this conference with every other Davidson. I mean, they're in the same league here with West Davidson, South Davidson, and East Davidson. But Central Davidson, that we beat in 1979, Smoky Mountain beat them last year on a last-second field goal, 41-38. So Smoky Mountain's still alive. I know, for example, AC Reynolds still alive. West Henderson is still alive. So I think Tuscola's still alive. So still got some mountain teams in the upper division still playing.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's good to see teams that are truly from the mountains still in this thing. And I mean, I don't care what conference you're from. It just says a lot for football in our part of the country, and especially when you're having to play some of these teams to fill out your schedule. And so, yeah, it says a lot.
Oh, no doubt about it. Fans, stay tuned. More coming up as we're getting closer to the 7:30 kickoff here on a Thursday night second-round playoff game. Stay with us right here, live on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, our Maroon Devils getting ready tonight to take on the Thomasville Bulldogs. We've already heard that bulldog bark down there, and I just hope it's not a Murphy bulldog, Coach. I don't want to hear any Murphy bulldogs.
Not even similar. Not close. Yeah, no, you play enough bulldogs, you get used to that. But at the same time, they're proud of their mascot, and so they've got a barking. I believe they've got him mic'd up too down there. That dog, he was barking, and it sounded like he was over the PA system here.
It really did. Talking about the Bulldogs, they are coming in an outstanding team, as we mentioned just a moment ago. Of course, they are again one of the top seeds in our bracket. They're a number 3 seed. We're a number 14 seed. That tells you kind of what we're up against. This is a team that is 5-1 in their conference. The only game they lost was to Salisbury, which is an outstanding 2A school. As a matter of fact, Salisbury is a number 6 seed in the 2A playoffs. So that's the only team they lost to. This Thomasville team is 10-1 overall, 5-1 in the conference. They've won 7 in a row. So, Coach, they're on a roll here, and hopefully we can stop that momentum.
Yeah, from talking to some of the folks here earlier, they mentioned early in the season they went through some injury woes. Lost some players, and they've been battling their way back into this thing and trying to get healthy and get all their people back on the field. So, we've all gone through that. Maroon Devils have gone through it, and so now it's time to put it all on the line because it's do or die time. There's no tomorrow for as far as football is concerned for one of these teams tonight.
Yeah, that's right. This is not some double elimination tournament.
No.
You lose and you break out the basketballs.
That's it.
And of course, every high school in North Carolina now is practicing basketball anyway. They're just short some of these football players.
Oh yeah, the players that transfer over into other sports and 1A schools, everybody knows that's the way it's done. I mean, you don't have that many kids that are athletes that are interested in participating that much in all the different sports. But when you got young men out here that are playing 3 or more sports during the course of school, you don't have to worry about where they're at. That's for sure, because they're at practice most of the time.
You're exactly right. And, Coach, that brings up something that a lot of folks have talked about in recent years is the amount of injuries that some athletes get because they just play one sport. And it doesn't seem to be as frequent for injuries when they're playing multiple sports because they're using kind of different muscle sets in some ways to vary the way they're using their bodies.
Yeah, I used to tell our players, it all starts in the weight room and with your flexibility. And so that's what we concentrated on in the spring of the year was getting stronger and more flexible because we ended every lifting session with stretches and footwork stuff to get our heart rates up. But we were all about building muscle mass, building muscle tissue, and then finding a way to be flexible with it and use it. How to use those muscles that you were developing.
Oh, no question, because as any athlete knows, just building muscles, for example, like a bodybuilder, is not the kind of body you need to be a football or basketball or baseball player.
No, you want, it's one of those things that there's a fine line, but to be an athlete out there, to be able to run, put your body in some of the shapes and contortions that you have to play football or any sport really. You got to have that power because without it, you're going to get overpowered somewhere along. And so to try to keep that from happening, you develop that strength, and then you determine how to use it. I used to tell the kids that we're going to sit here and push against the bottom part of this stadium until we move it. Well, we weren't going to move the stadium, but I had them driving their feet so they learned to use that muscle mass with their hips and their legs and how to keep their feet moving.
No question. Fans, stay tuned. We're going to come back and get things underway here from Thomasville High School after this timeout. Again, welcome back as we're broadcasting live tonight. You know, sometimes this year we haven't been able to broadcast live, but we are fortunate tonight thanks to some very kind, considerate, anonymous donors. Didn't want their names broadcast on the broadcast. For example, like Smoky Mountain Power Wash, and Michael Watson was so good to help us last week, Coach. But, hey, we're glad these people stepped up this week and helped chip in and made this broadcast live possible.
Oh, yeah, and it costs money. I mean, there's a fee for everything you do anymore with the High School Athletic Association and especially with these playoffs. I mean, there's money involved every way you turn. Oh,
no question about it. And as athletics go up the ladder, we see it every week almost in the college level. There are so many dollars involved at the collegiate level, especially if you're in a Power 5 conference like the Southeastern or the Big 10 or the Big 12. We're talking about millions. But coming onto the field now, it's our four captains coming on, leading some of those guys over there on the field. And we have a good scattering of fans over there on the far sideline, coaches. Some folks did make the 3.5-hour drive down. They're going to be driving back tonight. A lot of folks, and hey, they're going to try to get up and go to work tomorrow anyway.
Oh yeah, they're here. They showed up, and they've come to see how this thing's going to pan out today. And I'm not real sure what league our officials are out of. I think when it gets into the second round, they have to be assigned from different conferences, but I'm not sure if that's still true. I should have maybe checked with Coach Burrell about that, but it's for sure we've not seen any of these officials right here this year.
You're right. I was looking at some of the officials earlier through the binoculars, and nobody I was familiar with. Looks like our captains over there across the way. Looks like we have number 22, Blake Swain, is going to be one of our captains tonight. He's one of the leading tacklers and has started playing some fullback. We've got Austin Jenkins over there, who's been doing a good job catching and also playing secondary on defense, Coach. And looks like, I believe, if that number 42, Randall Griggs, one of our captains tonight, along with Josh Collins. So, a good bunch of guys over there.
Yeah. They'll be representing us here. Here comes the Graham. Not Graham, but Thomasville. Every time I see that red, I think of Graham because those uniforms look a whole lot alike.
They do.
The Thomasville Bulldogs, and we'll see here in just a minute who's going to get this football first and get this thing started. On the clock, we still got over 4 minutes until kickoff, so it'll be underway shortly.
And talking about Thomasville, one of their captains is big number 75, Javion Little. And he's not little. He's a senior, as you can see. For example, on your film, number 75, he goes at least 260 pounds, I'm guessing. That may be a little bit low, but
yeah.
They have some size. We have some size. And, again, two schools that have all that tradition, those state championships over the years. And that's good to see these kind of schools getting together because they know what it takes to exceed at this level.
It is, and you know, the expectations are there. And once those expectations are there, you know, coaches will work themselves to death to try to get to that point again and to try to instill that way of doing things and that culture, as we call it, to get to the level where you're competing. And it's no secret. You look every year, and you take the Smoky Mountain Conference, you take Thomasville, you take some of these schools that year in and year out, you're going to see their names. You're going to see those school names when these playoffs start. I mean, it's just it's the nature of the beast at these different communities and schools.
You know, it really is, Coach, and year in and year out, the coaches, the tradition, the fans, they all get behind these schools and try to keep them pushing forward. And talking about some of the schools, for example, that this Thomasville school has played, they beat Albemarle 14-0. They won over T.W. Andrews. They beat Forbush early this year. As we mentioned, their only loss coming to 2A Salisbury, 35-12, as Thomasville is part of this 1A, 2A West Conference 33, they call it. They handily beat North Rowan. They easily beat West Davidson. Not a big problem beating South Davidson or Montgomery Central. Now, they had a tight game with East Davidson, winning that one 33-29. Their last regular season game, they won over Lexington, and that was an easy win, 44-12. And in their first round playoff game, pretty much a cakewalk, Coach, as they beat Elkin 55-7 last week. So they know how to win.
Yeah, they know how to win. And when you beat the teams that you named right there, with the traditions they have at Elkin and the various other places, teams they played against, they know how to win. And they're not pushover teams. And it looks like from the coin toss, we'll be getting the ball first on the right-hand side of the field here coming out.
And here come the Maroon Devils onto the field. Our fans over there across the way, of course, on their feet cheering on the Maroon Devils as they come in. We have some injuries, and I think probably every football team in the country at this stage of the season, Coach, every team has some injuries.
Yeah, it's undeniable. It's going to happen. You hope you can keep them held together. I used to tell some of our trainers, I'll go buy duct tape. You just keep taping them up and get them out there. I don't care. If the kid can play, if the young man can take the pain and it's not going to hurt him down the road, get him out there.
And so many players, they want to play. I know, sometimes players who really want to play football, sometimes they don't say much about their injuries because they want to be in the game.
Oh, yeah, and you run into them, every good football team you have, they don't. The biggest thing that I found with young men, they don't want to let their teammates down.
That's it.
And they feel like if they're not out there doing what they can do to help their team, that they're letting their teammates down. And that's a big part of what you try to instill in young men because that's not an easy thing learned.
It's really not. As we're getting ready to return the opening kickoff, it's going to be Keontae Graham. And back there deep with him is going to be Joe Gillespie as Thomasville and their red jerseys, black pants, and red helmets. And reminds me a little bit of some of the old Pisgah Bear colors as well, red and black. And our Maroon Devils going to be in solid white with maroon helmets.
Yeah, I love that solid white.
It's a good-looking uniform.
I love it. It makes your kids look smaller. And it really does. I think it does, but
it does.
That don't make them any smaller.
That's right. They're not any smaller. Here comes the kickoff, and it's going to be a line drive straight down the middle of the field, and it's going to be Conte at the 15, out to the 20. Turns to the right side. Gillespie leading the way with a block. Keontae outruns him and runs out across the 45-yard line. Outstanding block over there by Gillespie to spring him.
It sure was. I believe that's Kellen McCullough.
Is that going to be McCullough?
Number 16. I think it is.
I think you're right. I couldn't tell if that was a 0 or a 6.
That's what it was. When he took off over here, I could see the 1-6 on his jersey. So I believe that was Kellen.
Hey, outstanding job over there by Kellen McCulloch as our Maroon Devils are going to start off in outstanding field position now. They're going to spot the ball actually at the 46-yard line. Outstanding return.
Uh-oh, we got somebody having to go off the field right here.
That looks like Big Insay.
Yeah, I believe it is. He must have
some kind of equipment issue.
Yeah, something.
Or some blood.
Yeah, it may have been blood. Yeah, I believe that's what it was.
Yeah, he's going to have to come off for a play or two so they can get that fixed up. And coming on is going to be Big 57, Grady Lewis. And now the Maroon Devils are going to line up with a different set here. Got a bunch of linemen over here on the wide side. And
they're going to take a timeout. Yeah, they didn't like the looks of that. Now, if they'd watched film, that we've done this before. I believe at Cherokee, or the first play of the game, I can't remember if it was Cherokee. Anyway, Coach Holt, he'll do stuff like this. He and Coach Cook will, just to see if you're paying attention. And if you're not, then you're in trouble. And right then, Thomasville kind of panicked, and they decided they'd go ahead and burn a timeout right now to talk to their players. And now that doesn't mean that Coach Cook and Coach Holt's going to come out in that same look.
Exactly. So, or if they're even going to run a play out of it.
That's right. That's right.
Just lining up that way. But now Thomasville is going to get back on defense, and they are, I think, obviously anticipating some kind of a different set.
Yeah, they're talking about it still down there about who needs to go where and when. And
we're going to come the linemen over here.
Again. Yeah.
All the linemen coming to one side. Most of the backs over on the other side. The only back over here is Josh Collins.
Yeah, and got everybody over here. Josh is turned in behind. It's like an old swinging gate play that people used to use as a trick play many years ago.
And it's going to be Reese Winchester in the shotgun. Takes the snap, fires over here to Josh Collins.
He can throw it again, and there
Josh
he is.
Collins
He's got Joe down the middle of the field.
There's Gillespie. It's going to be up for grabs. It's going to be knocked around, and it's going to be tipped around. Joe tried to make a diving grab, couldn't come up with it, but, man, that was a great play.
It was a great play, and I think we're going to get called for maybe throwing the ball across the line of scrimmage. We got a flag, and I don't know whether it's back behind the line of scrimmage, so it may be a hold. It looks like he would have thrown it up here somewhere closer, but we'll see what the signal is here in a minute, but they've decided to penalize us here for that play.
And probably Thomasville has not seen a set like that all year.
Well, it can throw you throw a haymaker at you, and that's exactly what.
Oh, here comes the rain too.
Ineligible receiver.
Yeah, one of the linemen got a little bit too far down.
Yeah, and so that's the call.
And Coach, here comes the rain. Joe Holt said he's got windshield wipers on his camera, so he's good to go.
Yeah, we'll check them windshield wipers out here just shortly. The only reason we know we're inside, thank goodness, but we see the umbrellas coming up. So.
Oh, no doubt. It was funny. I was watching on the Weather Channel, I believe it was yesterday, to see how that storm was going, and they had a girl down on the beach, and the camera guy had to keep getting a rag to wipe the lens off his camera because it was raining so hard you couldn't see anybody.
Yeah.
But here we go. Rain coming down at Thomasville High School. But as the coaches like to tell you, hey, we both teams got to play in the rain.
Yeah, we're back in our backs, tight end, flanker.
Oh, we moved.
We moved. We were going on 2, trying to get that 5 yards back, and we moved. Yeah.
Big Nolan jumped off a little bit.
Yeah. And Coach Holt, he's been trying to really discipline on doing that, because if you want to get 5 yards back, then that's how you can do that quicker than anything. But we should have. Now we're in the hole 20 yards now.
That's right. First down and 20. As again we started off with a great return over there by Kellen McCulloch at the 46-yard line. Now we're back at the 36 out of the I formation again, and we come running right up the A gap out to the 40-yard line, got 4 yards. It'll bring up second down and 16.
Yeah, ran the inside veer right there, blocked down, left the tackle standing, and we got up to level 2 there before they can make the tackle. Picked up close to 5 on it, so we'll need to have a bigger chunks here in just a second. But that's a good start. Good forward lean by Collins, and making that dive play work.
Again, coming out, same set, I formation, 2 backs right behind Reese Winchester, the quarterback, turns and pitches. Oh, and dropping it, but Joe picks it back up, but he's going to be stuck in the backfield. Getting back there in a hurry is Damian Gathings, number 24, one of their junior linebackers.
Yeah, and if you slow down any at all back there, they've got that team speed. They're gonna close on you, and they got good linebacker play.
Yes,
all the way across through there. Those guys can run, and they know how to get downhill and get in those alleys and in those lanes to take you on.
And that was 24, their middle linebacker. Again, Gathings, he's a big 6 foot, 223-pound linebacker, and he was in our backfield in a hurry. We can see him right there now, right in the middle of the defense.
Yeah, well, they're trying to adjust to the front right there, and there goes Reese trying to keep it on the veer.
Yep.
Didn't get much out of it. We'll have to end up punting this ball.
And there's, again, 24 on the tackle, Gathings. As fourth down, and we need about 16, 17 yards, and it's going to be Thomasville back to return, and Josh Collins has been doing a good job punting the ball away.
Yeah, we need to get – he's got the wind at his back right now, and the way the wind's blowing across the field, it's blowing from right to left. And if he can get under this thing any at all, that wind should carry it for him.
This is going to be John Ree Lucky, who is their starting quarterback. He's going to be returning end over end. Lucky's going to watch it bounce. He's going to – well, I thought he was going to pick it up. Now he's going to let it roll.
He thought about it. He really did. He really wanted to pick that thing up and go. But there again, that's pretty good field position. We put him back down there on the 14-yard line, and that
was a good punt.
That was a good punt. He got a lot of air behind that thing, and it hit and took our row.
And boy, I tell you what, Coach, as you said, when a return guy can catch it, well, that's going to save you a bunch of yards.
Yeah, it averages out, I can't remember, 17. I used to hear folks talk about that all the time, and I was a believer in it. Just make the catch.
That's
if
it.
You just catch it for a fair catch, it's going to save you, on average, about 17 yards.
So now lining up in the shotgun. And again, as we talked about, there's number 2, Lucky, the quarterback. He turns, he hands off, and here
holding out here on the edge.
Here they come bouncing it outside. No penalty flag down, but they bounce it out there quickly. And there's Nathan Bogdanovich, who kind of got a hand on him and tripped him up.
Yeah, and they grabbed old Bo up there at the line of scrimmage. That tackle did, and had Bo's shirt pulled almost off of him. But he's going to have to expect that, because they're not going to let him just play off that outside. He had good technique there. He almost got tackled and to keep him from getting out there.
Nathan, 50 tackles on the year for the Maroon Devil defense. One of our leaders over there on that side of the ball. First down and 10 now, Thomasville at the 24.
Pistol set. They love to give it to that big fullback.
Here he goes. Oh, he's a load.
Yes, he
is. He is a load. We got 2 guys finally wrestle him out of bounds. And, man, he's He's a big fella.
Yeah, he can run, and he's strong, and you can't tackle him up much up around his shoulders. You got to really flush him up if you're going to do that.
And from what Coach said, he's 5'8", 235 pounds. So that's a wide load with those big thighs and legs.
Yeah, and he can run.
He can run.
He can absolutely pick them up and put them down. It's not like he's lumbering down through there. He's moving.
He is. He's a big fella in the backfield.
Going back to that pistol set this time with 2 splits on each side.
And they're going to hand it off this time to the tailback.
Mm-hmm.
And he carries for a couple of yards. That's going to be Kevin Robinson, number 7, the sophomore, who had 3 touchdowns last week.
Yeah, he that's their counter play. And they get you looking at that big fullback, and they fake it to him and give it to the tailback coming back over the top.
So it's kind of thunder and lightning in a way, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and that's exactly the way they play it. And don't forget about that quarterback. Now, you're going to see him in a minute. They'll call his number. He's going to come out of there with that thing, and don't expect him to be throwing it a whole lot. That's not his game. He wants to get you in a foot race, going to the wide side of the field. And I can see him right now probably running the same play, faking it, and him keeping the football.
Here we go. He hands off to the tailback again. He's into the secondary, out to the 41-yard line, but the Maroon Devils quickly close on him. Outstanding work over there, Coach, because he had just a split second of daylight.
He literally jumped through a crack in the seam of that zone blocking right there, and that's what that is. They just stretch you up that way, and he picks him an alley and jumps up in it. And when he's got a lead blocker with that fullback, and he doesn't necessarily have to follow him. But he does find that seam.
That was Josh Collins, our leading tackler this year with 79 tackles. Blake Sain's right behind him with 72 tackles on the year. And here they go again. Our Maroon Devils jump offside.
Yeah.
So that will make it a 3rd down, and it's going to be close to a 1st down, actually.
Close to a 1st down. I don't know if they'll give it to him. We're going to see if it's according he decided to mark it. Truly, no, they're going to give it to him.
They're going to give it to him 1st down. So again, that penalty kind of hurts as they had a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, it gives them that 1st down, and that's what you don't like to see. Back in the pistol set, got twins over here this time. Going to give it to the big fullback again.
Here he comes. Oh,
this
good
time
work.
we pile him
Good
up.
work.
Yeah.
And again, there's big 22, Blake Sain.
Yeah.
He hit him low, and that's what you got to do.
That's right, and his helmet comes off, so he'll have to go out for a play. And you know, talking with the players this week up there on the practice field, it was mentioned, don't go try to challenge this guy up there where he's so strong. You're taught to tackle several different ways, and it's not cheating if you decide, hey, I'm going to take that running gear. I'm going to try to tackle that running gear and at least slow your feet down.
Yeah, he, as we can see, he just has those massive thighs, big upper body, and again, you can't hit him high or he's going to run over you.
Yeah. Now here's their bunch set where they put 3 receivers out there, 1 running back, and they love that's their quick pitch play. It's just they pitch it out there real quick and just let him. They got 3 stand-up blockers out there, and they're just reaching everybody trying to get to that edge.
And a good job over there on that edge. That's Brandon Frost over there, that defensive end over on that side, doing a good job trying to keep him from turning that corner.
Oh, yeah, and he gets out there quick. I mean, it's not something that you got a whole lot of time to look at. When they snap that ball, he pitches it to him, and he's on a dead run getting outside.
So now the rain is still just kind of a light rain right now. It was kind of blowing sideways a moment ago, but we've got a breezy light rain coming down here in Thomasville. This time they got a stack on the right side.
Same set over here now. This is the quarterback running with him. He's going to try to throw it upfield now.
Got a man open in the gap at the 20, at the 15, at the 10, down to the 5, still on his feet. And they may call that a touchdown. They do.
Yep.
That's a touchdown. The athlete stayed on his feet and literally jumped about the last 5 yards.
Yeah, he just leapt across right there. He kept his feet in bounds and put his hand down and shoved himself across the line, across the goal line.
That was number 14, Elliott Graham, their 6-foot senior wide receiver. We hit him, and he was able to keep the balance and get across the goal line. Now as they're going to line up for the PAT with 6:32 to play here in this first quarter.
Yeah, good play call, good execution by Thomasville. They literally brought the ball right down the field, drove it right down here at us. 1 pass play in the whole thing, which you won't see a whole lot of them.
Oh, they had a bad snap. The holder couldn't get it down, and the play blows up, so the PAT is not going to work. And sometimes in a tight game, that PAT's a big, big difference.
It is, and it could come down to that.
Yes.
We've got to score first and see what we can do. We got to get the football and take care of the ball, take care of this penalty situation we got ourselves into and drive the football.
And, Coach, I can see if things continue as we have seen here in the first quarter, we only have 6:32 to play. They've used about half the quarter. So if this trend continues, we may only get 5 or 6 possessions all night
long, and that's what you got to consider that. And Coach Holt knows that coming in. I mean, he knew what they were all about, running the football, using that clock in their favor. And you can look at the scores of their games. When you see low scoring games or nobody's playing defense or on some of them, but some of them they are, and it tells you something about ball control.
No doubt, and we like to do the same thing, obviously.
Sure.
We like those ground attacks, control the clock, keep the other team's offense off the field, which is right now something that I'm sure we're trying to do, is limit Thomasville's time with the football.
Yeah, and if we can keep it out of their hands, if we can possess the ball longer and keep control of it.
Here comes a kickoff that's going to be going out of bounds, which is good for the Maroon Devils. We'll get it up at the 35-yard line. First down and 10. 6:32 again to play here in the first quarter. Again, thanks to the folks who donated their money to help us broadcast this game live on the Maroon Devils Network. As again, a rare Thursday because of the threat of really bad weather moving in. We're already seeing the rain moving in here, Coach, and we hope folks back home are watching and listening and pulling for our Maroon Devils as hard as we are.
Yeah, it's great to see them down here, see us down here, and have the opportunity to come down here and play.
That's it. Now the Maroon Devils will line up in the shotgun.
This is a little thing that Coach Holtz put in to overload that side. Going to run the counter trap back the other way, and we just don't get much out of it there.
Again, there's 24. He's been in on 3 consecutive tackles. Their middle linebacker, Damian Gathings, a big senior, 24. Again, going to have to get somebody on this guy because he kind of disrupts the plays.
He's a player. From what I can tell, they just got him on the defensive side right now, and if they put him in at all on offense, they use him as a tight end some, but man, his job is to make tackles.
And he does. We can hear that, and we can see down there the dog, and they do have a PA system set up for him to bark in, which makes it sound louder. As this time our Maroon Devils run out to the right side. Nice gain on second down.
Yeah, we didn't trade those two up men. We just took the snap directly and took off running with it right then, and that was Collins on the carry that time. Now, you got to remember, when Collins is back there taking the snap, that Reese is split out, and we've seen what can happen when they forget about Reese. It's happened in the last couple of weeks a few times.
Well, as a matter of fact, Josh Collins is only 4 of 6 passing, but let me tell you the numbers. Out of those 4 completions, 3 of them are touchdowns, and guess who he threw to?
Yeah, he threw them to Reese. Yeah. Now they're going back to the normal set this time with the wing back.
Yeah, Josh in motion.
Back there going to run a fake like he's going to throw it to him, throw the screen into the middle, and we're met right there.
And again, there's 24.
Yeah, making the play again.
He got in there quickly on Joe Glaspie and made the hit. Only a yard pickup. It's going to bring up fourth down at the 40. I think they're going to spot it at the 42-yard line, so third down and 3.
Yeah, number 11, I believe his name is Owen Calicut.
Yes.
He kind of runs that show out there for those linebackers. You can see him every time talking to them. He's a big part of their defense, and after watching him on film, he lead guides and directs them out there. It directs them a whole lot.
So he's kind of the almost a safety.
He is
kind of playing a little bit up right there with the linebackers.
Yeah, they want to make it a 3-deep look in the secondary. He is that fourth one. They can either bring him to the line of scrimmage like they did then, or they back him out after the ball snapped.
Another penalty.
Ineligible on a screen pass?
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, interesting call there, and we're going to be backed up all the way to the 35-yard line.
Well, I swore to y'all I wasn't going to use the term creative officiating again on the way down here, but I'm just saying.
Third down and 10 now. The Maroon Devils, they do stick us back at the 35. That's where we started from. Josh Collins wants to throw, throws down the right side, and it's going to be up for grabs. And there's a bump down there, but there is no flag. There was contact.
Yeah, they had single coverage. There's a flag back up the field on somebody. He may have grabbed a hold of Reese when he tried to go by. We're going to see. That official's coming to talk to the head man and we'll see what it was. It may be holding on their secondary when he realized that Reese was going to get by him.
Yeah, he's pointing over there to the sideline.
Yeah.
And again, that pass was catchable, but it was also up for grabs for the defender over there as well.
Yeah, it was, and that's the play we were looking at earlier, running out of that heavy set where we got 2 tight ends lined up in there as blockers, and Josh airing that thing out down the field.
So he threw a pretty good pass. It had the distance, but again, man-to-man coverage, and both guys had a shot at going up and bringing that football down. And now let's see what the head referee says. Is still looking back over there. And
Personal foul.
It's going to be against the Maroon Devils.
Personal foul.
Wow. Not sure what that was about, but boy, that's going to back us up even more from the 35, probably back to about the 20.
He's giving orders over to Coach Holt about something. Coach Holt's not happy, so I'm not real sure what a personal foul would have been. I mean, unless Coach Holt stepped out there and hit him in the throat. I don't know.
Yeah, normally if somebody says something, it's an unsportsmanlike, but not sure what the personal foul was about.
This is unbelievable. Yeah.
So now it is going to be back at the 20, and we're going to have to punt it away on 4th down. Because that's a tough penalty as
that
4th and long.
Yeah, that's things. That's not what you want. That's a trend you do not want to continue.
And their punt return man is back at midfield, right on the middle of that big T, and they come and they block it. And the Josh Collins punt is going to be blocked down at the 10-yard line. And you can see that one coming, Coach. I think nobody got a hand on the guy coming from the right edge in there, and he came in full bore and blocked that one.
I believe it was number 40. He came in off that edge. I'm not sure which one it was, but he came off that edge, and he was untouched, unblocked, and he turned the burners on.
Yes, he did. And that's a big play. They're giving number 10 a lot of hugs and pats on the head. He might have been involved in that block as well. But boy, that's a tough break for our Maroon Devils now with 4:42 in the first quarter, because Thomasville has it at the 10-yard line, 1st and goal.
Yeah, this is getting tougher.
So now, same set, and this time they hand it off to the tailback, and he's going to get 2 or 3 yards on 1st down.
Yeah, I think he ran a lead play there, an isolation play. And fullback goes to try to kick out, and he's trying to run it back up inside.
So now 2nd down, and the Thomasville Bulldogs are still going to need about 8 yards to go. But when you have such a short field, will put your defense really in a bind here. With their backs against the wall, got a receiver wide on each side. Again, both backs on the backfield with a quarterback, and he fakes the handoff. He's going to run, and now he reverses field, and he goes down way back at the 15-yard line. There is a penalty flag down.
Yeah, it's going to be holding on them. They were back there, Waller and LD down to the ground and kind of just laid on him and held him down.
Well, I tell you, big LD Luquire, he's a load to handle in the middle. He's a tough physical player.
Yeah, and he right then, I believe, because he was shaded this way, they felt like, of course, they double-teamed him, and I think somebody grabbed a hold of him.
There's a hold against Thomasville, so that's going to back them up. And penalties right now have been not very kind to either team. Our Maroon Devils really have had issues with penalties here in the first quarter, putting us in the hole. And now Thomasville, instead of at the about the 8-yard line, they're going to have to back up, I'm sure, outside the 20 at least. And they're going to mark it all the way back to about the 25-yard line, looks like.
Yeah, and Coach Holt had to make a decision there about whether to take the play or the penalty. So he chose the penalty, which is a smart move. It's more yardage they have to get to try to get into the end zone.
That's it, because they cannot get a 1st down.
No, they can't. They've got to get all the way into the end zone or turn it over on downs or try to kick a field goal.
That's it. 2nd down now and goal from the 25.
Going to run the counter trap.
Oh, quarterback drops it. Now he's in trouble, and Nathan almost got him, but he turns it loose down the left side. He's got a lot of room over there and carries down inside the 10-yard line. Coach, boy, that was close.
Man, we were all around. We just couldn't – there again, it became a foot race.
Yes.
He's an athlete, and the play blew up on him, and he just took the ball and turned around and took it to the wide side of the field and got gone.
He did, and he is so quick. Nathan Bowe was back there. Begin say Ufert was back there as well.
And it was just a foot race at that point in time.
So now at the third down, they're going to spot the ball down at looks like about the 9-yard line. Third down and goal from the 9. Again, they cannot get a first down. Let's see if our Maroon Devils can hold them out of the end zone.
Going with their pistol set again with the tight end.
Got a man in motion.
Got a motion. Going to widen out there to that side.
And
somebody must have moved.
Yeah, got a penalty flag coming
Either that
in.
or too much time. I believe it may have been. Yeah, the play clock had run.
No, false start.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
So somebody did move.
Somebody did move. So now some penalties starting to sting Thomasville as they have our Maroon Devils.
It's about time. Yeah.
So they're going both ways now on each respective offense, if you will.
Yeah.
So now the football is going to come back. Should be about the 14-yard line. Third down and goal at the 14. And
we'll see what can. Yeah, they're coming back out. We got twins. The pistol set. Got the tight end to the upper side of the field, away from us. Come right downhill. Quarterback again going to try to throw the football at that same look.
Yep, he's going to tuck it and run down to the 10, and he's caught from behind down at the 5-yard line. The Maroon Devils make the play. Good pursuit by Grady Lewis on the tackle.
Yeah, it was. We missed him up here. Linebackers, he made one cut and beat Collins back inside. And, we got to do a better job of using this sideline and forcing him. Keep forcing him this way. You jump in front of him, man, you giving him 2 ways to go.
That's it. And now they're going to spot the football. We can see kind of what the official is doing with the rain coming down, and it's not coming down hard, but the official is kind of holding the ball to keep it dry.
Yeah, that's wise. I'm glad he's doing that because some officials, they could care less, and he's doing a good job of making sure that the kids get a dry ball to play
That's
with.
it. At the 5, here they go. Fourth down and goal at the 5.
Give it to the big man.
And the big fullback is going to be spinning around, knocked down. He only got a yard. It's going to be Maroon Devil football. That's a great goal line stand.
It was a great stand. And
there's Blake Singh.
Yeah, Blake's in there rolling
Josh.
him up. They gave it to their big man, trying to just get him to overpower us getting in, and it didn't work out for him. Now we're back here in a hole, but we got the whole second quarter. There's only about a minute and a half left to go in the first quarter. But there again, we've got to control the football.
That's it. And again, we kept them off the scoreboard here when they got it on a short field, and our Maroon Devils did a really, really good job. After they blocked that punt, our Maroon Devil defense really, really stood up.
Yeah, normally that's 7 points.
That's it. Yep, when you get it down there at about the 20-yard line, and here come the Maroon Devils running the football, didn't get much on first down.
Yeah, we tried to run a counter trap right there, and it just wasn't there. They were stunting up front, and we couldn't get them blocked.
And again, talking about some of their big guys up front, that is Sam Hairston. He's 5'10" and about 240. Sam is a big senior, number 65 in the middle of that stack. And again, they have some big size up front on the defensive line. We've already seen what their linebackers can do with number 24 and number 11.
Now you see them walking line 11 down again. We're going to run the quick pitch or toss sweep out to the wide side of the field. Get Joe out there in some grass.
And he got some pretty good yardage.
He picked up close to 8.
So let's see if they're going to give us the first down, depending on the spot of the football. And they do. No, it's going to bring up third down. According to that, going to be third down and maybe less than a yard here, Coach.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be beyond me, since we got a wide side over here, to line it up, reverse the formation, and run the darn thing over here again. Make them chase Joe for a while. We've been chasing them up and down the field.
Yeah, Joe can go.
Yeah.
Good motor. Third down and short now for the Maroon Devils. Inside the 15-yard line, we're going to run right up the A-gap, and I think we got it.
I believe we did. We got out here past the 15-yard line, so it looks like we're going to move the sticks. And that's our first down of the night, I believe, isn't it, Gary?
That's exactly right. Our first down. Now let me correct you now. Billy Jenkins is going to get on your case. Those are not sticks.
Did I say sticks again? Oh, Lord, Bill, please don't kill me. The chains, Bill. It's the chains.
I couldn't resist, Coach.
I let that one slip, Bill. That's just like when you let a bad word slip. I won't do that again, Coach.
We love Coach Jenkins. He's one of the best. Here comes Nathan Bowe lining up tight on the left side.
Yeah, here we come with that sweep again. Toss sweep.
Oh,
there
good
you go.
blocking.
Hang on there, Joe. Good
That's
job.
close to a first down.
Yeah, he picked up at least 9, maybe more on that. First down play.
And Bogdanovich did a good job blocking that corner so he could get around.
Yeah, getting that end, and Joe did a great job because he actually broke one linebacker tackle and was able to skim back inside of him.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter, folks. Fans, stay tuned. We've played one. Thomasville in the lead, 6-0. We'll be back to start that second quarter. The Maroon Devils with the ball after this timeout. Fans, welcome back. Thursday night, second round, State 1A playoffs. Maroon Devils here with a second down and 1 now. Let's get another first down and keep this drive alive. And it's going to be Josh Collins trying to find his way around the left side. And, Coach, he is going to be close. But, again, there's 24 coming up to turn him back inside. Yeah. I'm not sure if we got it.
Yeah, I believe we're still short. It's 24 and 11 both after him out there and making a play on that edge. That Calicut young man Owen Calicut, he's covering the ground right now. He's making his presence known out there.
He really is. He and 24 in the middle of that defense. They're controlling things, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And like I said, they'll move him up, walk him back. They're doing different things with him, flipping him over to the sides, laying him in the middle.
Yep, there he is, kind of in the middle there with 24. And we're going to run to the other side. Here comes the toss, trying to get a block on the edge. Joe got the first down. Yep. Well, I tell you what, he had to earn it because he broke a tackle back there by number 10, Jalen Thomas, to get away.
Yeah, and all rights, the young man should have had him, but Joe's getting that good at it. Joe can make you miss. He's got that shiftiness that just he can slow down, speed up, and then hit high gear.
He can. And he's got some gears he can pick from. Now the Maroon Devils with a first down at the 31-yard line. Again, the official holds the ball here with just a light drizzle coming down right now, but just to keep the ball dry for the offenses. Reese under center, turns, pitches back to Glaspie. Glaspie tries to pick his way, but, boy, they converge on that one in a hurry with a lot of speed.
Yeah, they came inside out on us then. They ran up through those alleys. They changed their linebacker alignment up right there to get more out on the edge. And they're giving us some stuff in the middle on occasion, and that's what we're seeing. And right then they were just bound determined to take any outside running game we had away.
Well, they did, and coming up was Nathaniel Williams, number 8, and he actually came from this side, and see he's lining up over here on the left again, and he went right through that angle.
Yeah.
Maroon Devils now in the I formation, second down and long.
Come back attacking the inside part of the formation and pick up a few. I think it'd make it about 3rd and 7.
Yep, good running over there again by Josh Collins. Talking about Josh coming into this game tonight, Coach. 694 yards on the season, 4 touchdowns on the ground. He's our leading running back.
Yes, and then right then we took advantage a little bit of what they were doing from that outside edge. They're trying to take these edges away to keep Joe from getting to the outside again.
3rd down now. We need about 7. 3rd down and 7, 10 minutes to play in the first half. They've got a bunch of guys up in the box right now. Josh Collins going in motion out to the wide side. Reese over there looking. He's still looking. Can't find anybody open and had to go out of bounds.
I believe a receiver kind of messed up over there in route running because where he was looking was to the outside edge, like somebody should have been running a comeback route off the sidelines over there or running an out route. I don't know which, but he was looking for him, and he never did find him.
Nope, never did get the man he was looking for. Now we're going to have to punt it back. Number 2, Lucky back there to return, the quarterback for the Bulldogs of Thomasville. Josh Collins back to punt. Now remember last time they blocked our punt.
Yeah, and again, they're lined up to come off that edge out there again. We're trying to
Here
do
they
a better
come.
job. We got a piece of him that time.
And good protection. And, this time the quarterback picks it up on the bounce at the 40, back out to the 45. Tries to cut back inside, makes it back out to about the 50-yard line. So that was a sneaky little move, but it paid off.
It was. He slithered up through there. He really did. He just picked him in place. I don't think they even had a return set up. He just got the ball and decided he was going to get upfield with it.
He took off and, picked up about 11 yards from the 40 down to the Maroon Devil 49-yard line.
Yeah, it's a good return, and there again, it didn't hit the ground and roll, and he made something happen with it.
He really did. Now they're going to line up trips on the right side. Haven't seen this tonight.
Yeah, they got trips out to the wide side of the field. It doesn't mean they're going to throw it, and here they come running. Now he's going to throw that lead pass.
Yeah, that wide receiver screen over there.
Again out there on the outside.
Yep.
They got away with that one too.
And we force them out of bounds over near the first down marker, But again, they had some blockers out there, Coach. They had 3 wide, and they throw it out there.
Yeah, and they what they do is to try to get that running back in behind them, and so they can just flip it out there to him, and he's got those 3 blockers upfield.
So now it's going to be spotted down at the 41-yard line, second down and a long 2. And
same formation this way now. Got them out here to the wide side of the field. Look for them to either run the ball with the big man.
Quarterback drops the ball. We have pressure, and we get him for a loss back at the 50-yard line. Outstanding penetration in there. Several guys in on the play, led by big LD Luquire.
Yeah, and Bo came off the edge out there. As soon as he saw the ball hit the ground, he left there and went. He was hoping he could get to the ball, but he didn't get there, but he was in on the tackle.
That's it. A huge play by the defense now. 3rd down and 11. And, we talked about the rain, but, Coach, the rain's almost quit right now.
Yeah, it's just a drizzle, just a fine mist, and hopefully that's all we'll see out of it tonight. Still got the breeze blowing from right to left as you're looking at the field.
So right now, 3rd
Trips
and 11.
again out here wide.
Same set.
Got the back to this side.
Quarterback wants to
Going
throw.
to try to throw a screen to him this time. And
there's a big tackle.
Big tackle there by Lucas.
Boy, what a play.
Lucas Sutton.
What a play.
He comes off that edge and hits him right up underneath the shoulder pads and puts him down.
That's a textbook tackle.
Yeah, Lucas has been out for a while.
He has.
He's hungry to get back and get some playing time in, and he's been out with that knee injury, some torn stuff in his knee, and this is his first opportunity to get back on the field and to try to help his team make some plays.
He really made a big play there. He had 41 tackles, and then all of a sudden he was gone. And, Coach, we really missed him.
Yeah, we missed him a lot, and he's back in there. He smelled that one out perfectly from the get-go.
He did. Now it's going to be punt time for Thomasville. 8:25 to play. Second quarter, 6-0. Bulldogs on top of the Maroon Devils. And they got the Yet man kind of calling the signal. And they get away a pretty nice punt. And this is going to be taken by Joe Glaspie back at the 20, out to the 25, to about the 28. First down and 10 now for the Maroon Devils with 8:14 to play here in the second quarter. And, Coach, hey, let's see if we can get something going on offense.
Yeah, and right there, that was a great opportunity. Joe caught that ball coming down out of there, and there again, you didn't get that ball hitting the ground, dribbling down through there, and you get some positive yardage out of it, and that's what we needed.
So good field position now, just inside the 30. Still plenty of time to play here in the first half. As we mentioned, the winner of this game will play the winner between Drawn High School out of Valdez, North Carolina, and Mitchell. They're playing tomorrow night probably. Some teams are playing tonight. I think a lot of teams are still playing on Friday. So you'll have to watch your outlets and keep track of everything. Here comes Joe Glaspie getting a block. Penalty flag, probably going to see a hold.
Yeah. They threw it right back there in the area of holding on the backside away from the football, so I don't know exactly what happened. We'll see right here what the call is going to be.
And again, going to be
blocking below
the waist on the offense. Yep.
Well, inside the tackle box, that's legal, so I don't know exactly who it was. We didn't have anything but a guard and tackle over there, so I don't know. That's not an illegal block if it's down in on the line of scrimmage. Of course, we don't have a number. Yeah, and the folks here are hollering at their coach about taking the play instead of the penalty, so we're going to see.
Yeah, they're kind of calling that kind of a chop block, if you will.
Yeah,
with
I'm
their
not
signal.
real sure what it is.
So this one comes back to about the 14-yard line. So again, both teams have really had some penalties, slow down drives.
Well, that's it. I mean, trying to overcome this many yards with a ground game.
That's tough.
I mean, you got to be exceptionally better than the other team. You really do. We're going unbalanced this time out of I backs. We got an extra tackle in here, and that's him throwing it. He's wanting to throw it back.
Want to throw it back to Reese, but. Boy, this time Thomasville comes and looks like they pick up the football and score on a touchdown as the ball came loose, and a big turnover here in Thomasville's favor.
Yeah, they knocked the ball out of Collins' hands, and he was trying to get back upfield. They had Reese covered coming out of the backfield.
Yeah.
They had two of them jump him as soon as he came out, and so they saw that, and when he pulled the ball down and tried to take off with it, they slapped it loose, and they end up scoring on defense.
And now one of the officials is talking to the head referee. Not sure what this is about, but not sure. Let's see. It should be Thomasville lining up for the point after touchdown, but there is some confusion on the field. Well, for whatever reason there, I think they were just trying to get the football dried off, but it's really not raining much at all.
No, Thomasville had to get their ball on the field. They scored with Ayers.
That's it.
And now they're going to go for two.
Yeah, with their football.
Yeah, to try to get this thing to 14.
So going for two with a 12-0 score. And the quarterback trying to throw, looking in the end zone. Fires, got his man in the end zone over there in the corner. And that does make it a 14-0 lead as he gets it complete over there to 16, Keyshawn Carpenter.
Yeah, he did a twist out where he ran, made it look like he was running, going to make an end cut, and then he twisted it and made a 180-degree turn and ran an out route, and he hit him right in stride with it.
Fans, stay tuned. 7:26 to go. We'll be back. Thomasville up 14-0.
Hello, viewers. My name is Audrey Zelinka, and I'm one of your student correspondents with the Maroon Devils Network. This channel was created in 2014, and since then we've had over 430,000 views, but more than 75% of those have been non-subscribers. Right now our channel has a little over 2,400 subscribers, but we want to reach a goal of 5,000. To help us do this, you can like, subscribe, and share our videos. Thank you for watching the Maroon Devils Network.
Score.
7:26 to go as now Thomasville will kick it off. They've been kicking it straight down the middle. They do again. This time it's going to be Joe Glaspie and Killen. They're back there. This time it's going to be picked up by Killen McCulloch. I think both guys, they weren't sure who was going to bring it back. McCulloch actually makes a good return back out across the 25, Coach, but it went right between the two guys. They didn't really make a decision on who was going to get it.
No, they didn't, and that's like being in the outfield and you're running to a fly ball and you're looking at each other and not real sure exactly who's gonna take the thing. So I think that they'll make that decision over there on the sidelines about who should be in charge of that kick straight down the field.
Oh, no doubt.
Especially
and now,
when you got two back there deep, that'll happen.
Yeah, and that's a pretty good return out to the 25 after the ball got through. Now one back in the backfield. No, there's the I formation.
Yeah, we're in the I backs. Going to run that to inside veer again. It's actually a zero option. We're running an A-gap dive like you called it earlier, Gary. It's we're making them line up with what the coaches call a 3 technique, which is outside eye of the guard, and we leave him standing. And just we don't block him and run right back inside of him real quick, real fast. The fullback's real close.
Picked up about 4, 2nd down and 6 coming up now. Again, if you've just tuned in, Thomasville up 14-0. They had one decent drive early, and then, of course, we kind of helped them out with a fumble on the last touchdown. 2nd down this time.
Counter this time with the Collins.
Oh, 1st down.
Good play. We ran the counter and trapped it this time. And the same defensive lineman, this time we step away from him. We don't block him, but we block him with the guard pulling to trap the backside. So
good execution this time as the Maroon Devils pick up a 1st down. They're going to line it up at the 41-yard line now with 6.5 minutes to play before halftime. First down. Maroon Devils this time split one guy wide each side.
Same formation, going to trade the tight end. They're going to trade their defender over, their outside defender.
Here comes the toss back over to Glassby. A little late developing, Coach.
I'm not real sure exactly what happened right there. I was watching some of the blocking at the line of scrimmage and wasn't real sure what happened in the backfield.
Yeah, it's kind of Reese kind of faked the pitch, and then he pitched it on the second toss. Not sure if he saw Joe looking, but a little timing issue.
Yeah, it was a timing issue, and it might have been that one of them opened up the wrong way or something to begin with.
So that's going to cost us some yards now. Second down and 11. 5:40 and counting. We've got to get inside Thomasville territory.
Trips over to this side, single up there.
Got
motion with Joe.
And they're going to hand off the other way. It's going to be Josh Collins with the handoff, and he carries out to the 44.
That's an option play that they run where they hook up, and Reese continues to read it as long as he can to try to see who's going to take what before he either pulls the ball or he gives it to Collins.
So Josh carries out. It's going to bring up third down at about 7. 5:10 to play now in the first half. Again, both teams really trying to do it on the ground here at Cushua Stadium, named after one of their legendary head coaches here at Thomasville High School.
Yeah, just under 5 minutes to play now, and we got double twins. Probably may see us throw the football right here. We'll see if they show us any kind of blitz.
And got a whistle here. Timeout called, and they weren't sure about that formation, were they?
No, I think they were a little confused about their secondary coverage there because they had two defenders in one spot, basically.
Right now we're seeing the defensive coordinator really chewing on a couple of their linebackers. So not happy with the way they lined up. As I'm sure they're trying to see, how the defense is going to react to see how they're going to react to our formation.
Yeah, we haven't showed them a whole lot of the double twin set with no tight end, and just like early in the ball game, the first play of the game, it's always a good idea. You can't save those timeouts, so you might as well use them.
That's it. So now 4:46 to play.
Let's see if we give them the same look right here. Looks like we are.
And if you hear a dog barking in the background, that is the Bulldog.
Yeah, they got him mic'd up, like I said, somewhere down there.
Yep, they're making it louder than he really is. Third down and 7. Here we go. Reese in the shotgun, twins on each side. This time he tosses it. Josh is going to run it. Here comes 24 after him. Got a hand on him. Josh breaks the tackle. I think he might have got the first down.
I believe he did.
Penalty flag. That might have been a late hit over there out of bounds.
And there are a lot of bodies flying around over there right now. And one of Thomasville's players down.
And, there was, I think there might have been a late hit over there. And, again, that's on the Maroon Devils sideline.
Yeah.
And
Josh was running over everybody out there. He broke one tackle and ran over one of our wide receivers who was trying to block for him and get that first down.
That's big 65, and he falls down and gets back up. He's holding his right shoulder. We saw him earlier in the ball game. He's one of their big linemen.
Yeah, and we're going to see here. Yeah, it's against them.
Yeah, I think it was a late hit out of bounds from, again, just this angle.
Yeah, it was pretty far out of bounds from all you could see. I just saw a mass of bodies over there, and then flags start flying.
Yeah. And 65 comes off holding his shoulder or his arm. We hope he's going to be okay. We don't want to see these kids getting hurt. We've got enough people out injured, and that is going to be a first down for the Maroon Devils as the chains move down the field, way down the field. Going to be spotted down near the 30-yard line after that penalty.
Yeah, we've got 4.5 minutes left to play in this half. We need to, any way possible, get this ball in the end zone.
That's it.
And turn the tables a little bit on this game.
Yeah, get some momentum back, and again, penalties hurting both teams.
Yeah, double twins again. Same set we just ran out of. Quick snap. It's a little quicker than what Reese wanted.
Yeah, he wasn't ready.
Throw that away. No, he was not ready. I'm not real sure what happened right there, but we were lucky that ball didn't go sailing right by Reese.
No kidding.
Flag on the play.
Yep, quarterback and center not on the same page there.
No. We'll see what this call is going to be. And we're not real sure. We're not getting a signal yet. They're talking it over down there. From the way that ball was snapped, it might have been on one of our linemen.
Yeah, it might have been a false start because I'm not sure everybody had the same snap count in their head. Oh, they're going to wave the flag off.
Okay.
Okay. And hey.
I don't know what the initial reasoning was for it, so we won't know because
that's it. Well, I'll say this. If an official just makes a mistake, hey, pick it up.
Tickled me to death.
That's it.
I don't believe we've seen that this year.
That's it. 2nd down and 10 now.
Same
Maroon
formation.
Devils.
Double twins going to run that option look.
Reese kept the football, and that was a mistake because coming up to make a big play over there was big number 40, Gary Pemberton there, sophomore defensive end, and boy, they were in the backfield.
Yeah, they came across. They came down the line of scrimmage and covered Reese up. He wanted to pull that ball and get upfield, and out of that stretch option look, and just didn't work out. It's going to bring up 3rd down, about 14.
Yeah, 3rd down and long. 4 minutes exactly to play before halftime. Our Maroon Devils down by 2 touchdowns, 14-0. Needing something good to happen here before halftime. 3rd and long.
Double twins again, both sides. Same set in the backfield. Snap.
Reese in the shotgun. Fires.
There
Got
we
his
go.
man. Got his man. That's a first down for the Maroon Devils, down to
Jenkins.
Austin Jenkins, number 8.
That's a great play that they've been working on at practice where they can't be right in coverage, in a zone coverage like they were trying to run there against the double twins because it puts there's nobody that can play down on top of that fast enough out of their secondary because when you only got 3 deep back there, the free safety's in a bind. He's got somebody running up in his face, and then you're running a slant cut in from the outside, and he just can't defend both of them.
Yeah, he's in no man's land.
Yeah, all you got to do is get it over the linebacker's head, just like Reese did, and then that changes things.
First down at the 17 of Thomasville now. Maroon Devils knocking on the door.
Heavy set again. Got Collins back there taking the snap. Got Swain.
Bad snap. It got away from him. Josh Collins gets on the ball, and boy, that kills you. That's a loss of about 10 yards.
Yeah, and the clock's still running, and that's going to bring up 2nd down and about 17.
Yeah, you're right. They're going to spot it at the 25. They actually, I think, might have given us a pretty decent spot on that.
Yeah, and it's the clock's running, and we're running out of time to get this ball in before the halftime.
Yes, indeed. So, again, 2:45 to play before halftime.
And this is a point on the field right here. We're going to run out of that heavy set again where you got to make a decision. Are we going to shoot for the end zone because of the way the clock is against us?
And Josh tried to turn the corner. Number 10, Jalen Thomas, not allowing him to do that as he strings the play out for no gain.
Yeah, just kept stringing it. They just kept running with us. Josh kept looking for a place to get upfield, and it just was not there.
Nope, no opening. Now it's going to bring up 3rd down and long. Of course, we're in 4-down territory with 2:14 to play.
Yeah, and we got to make something happen. We can get a first down, and that will stop the clock momentarily. But we're down. We're not right now at 2 minutes.
2-minute
mark, and you ain't got a whole lot of time to run a whole lot of running plays. We're going trips up to the wide side of the field. Reese back to take the snap. Got Collins back there with him. Got one single receiver. And don't go to sleep because he may throw it back over here to the single receiver. There's the end cut by Bo.
Yep, Bo went up, and I think he got hit kind of when he was there. Yeah. He kind of got shaken up a little bit.
Yeah, he went up to get it and got run into by the outside defender out there and kind of took his feet out from under him.
So now 4th down, and the Maroon Devils are going to need 20. So we've got to get it all the way down to about the 7-yard line to get a first down.
Yeah, and like I said, we can get that first down, and that'll stop the clock long enough for them to move the chains, not the sticks, Coach Jake. Move the chains, and then we can make something happen. We're going trips up to the wide side of the field now.
The incomplete
Single
pass.
receiver, and
stop the clock.
Yeah, and don't forget about Aiden Southard's down here because they've got to play where they come back to him.
Reese looking down the middle. It's going to be up for grabs, and it may be. It just missed.
Yeah,
just
right
missed.
off Collins' fingertips, got batted down.
Yep.
They were in man coverage then and running every step with us.
So they had that play covered really well.
Yeah, they did.
Down there in the end zone. So now 1:35 to play. And it's going to be Thomasville's ball here late in the second quarter.
Yeah, a minute and a half left to play, minute 35. And I don't think they're satisfied. They're going to try to do everything they can in that minute and a half to get the ball down there and put it in the end zone.
Oh, you said it.
Yeah, they're going to run their heavy set right here. They got that bunch out here, those three. There's that quick pitch again. They just roll everybody over.
Yep, here comes the
trying to get
blockers.
to the boundary.
And they stay in bounds at the 34.
Yeah, he stayed in bounds, so the clock will continue to run.
And again, they had the power set, coach, and just tried to basically knock everybody off the ball.
Yeah, they bunch of three receivers there together, and they're not there to run out and catch passes. They're there to block, try to get that edge block, and they play over the top of each other. One of them blocks down, the other two come over the top. Now they're going to run it out there to the wide side of the field.
Yep.
And it's going to look the same. Exact same thing.
Pitch
right
it
there.
out. And, boy, the Maroon Devils really converge on that. There's Josh Collins and company with a good stop.
Yeah, we got one young man back here trying to hit Reese in the face with the fist. He should be ejected. We'll see if he is.
Wow.
He took a swing at Reese and slapped him right in the face.
And, boy, those flags came out quickly.
Yeah, they did. And he was trying to get Reese blocked out there, and he couldn't do it. And so then he decided to hit him.
And the officials are not going to like that at all. Personal foul against Thomasville.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not real sure exactly what they're going to do with the young man because it was an offensive lineman, and he had released out to try to get Reese blocked out there. We're going to see. He's coming over here to talk, I think, to the coach, tell him he may be ejected.
So that's of course, the penalty is going to push Thomasville back, right?
Way back,
they were looking at 2nd down and 2, but that's going to put it back inside the 25-yard line,
and that,
at least.
I think that should be a loss of down. I'm not sure. We're going to see.
So the head referee makes the call, personal foul, and he's out.
And he is ejected.
He is ejected. He makes the call, and he's going to come over and talk to the Thomasville coaching staff.
And that's the rule. I mean, you take a swing at another player out there with your fists and striking in the helmet or anywhere else, and
you're gone.
You're done.
Yeah, that's Kevin Gillespie, the head coach, getting the official explanation out there. And it looks like it was big number 62. That's Ronaldo Sanchez, sophomore lineman, as he does come out of the lineup.
Yep.
And so now it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 15 after the penalty with 53 seconds to go. And now the officials are getting back in position, and we should resume play here in just a second when the referee blows his whistle.
Yeah, 52 seconds left to play. And
he's ready to go.
Not sure what Thomasville's going to try to do right here, whether they want to, when they're going to line up in the same formation.
Yep, power right.
Yep. Got them all, got 3 receivers bunched up over there, got the back to that side.
Oh, they fake the toss. Here comes the quarterback and gets a little bit, but that's it.
Yeah, and then, of course, I think Coach Holt's going to take a timeout because that's going to bring up 4th down.
And a good tackle over there by the Maroon Devil defense. Again, that's Lucas Sutton.
And Coach Holt saying that we got time to make them punt this ball to us.
And now the chains over there still say 3rd down.
Yeah,
but
I'm not real sure whether it was. I kind of lost my place as far as the downs were.
Yeah, it should be 4th down.
It should be 4th down because I know that was a loss of down.
Exactly, on the personal foul.
Right, now it is.
There it is.
They moved it and
they got it fixed up, and now we should get the ball back with 35 seconds still on the clock. And then we'll take it to halftime. And, of course, we've got a lot of football coming up in the second half. Going to be interesting, Coach, to see, as you know, you've been there many, many times going in and talking about, hey, here's what we could do in the second half. Here's what we've got to avoid. And right now, both teams want to avoid penalties.
Yeah, and when you get this far along in the season, you've got, plan A, plan B, and you don't want to give up on any of it in the first half. So then you try to make your halftime adjustments, decide what's good for you and what's not.
Right.
And then just stick with the things that you know that you can do and that your players can do and make that it.
That's it.
But right here, I would love to see them get off a good punt and Joe get an opportunity to get that ball upfield because the clock will start as soon as he catches it.
And he can go.
Yeah, and if it's a short one, just step up there and fair catch it, and that still gives us an opportunity before the half to get try to get the ball in the end zone with 38 and a half seconds left.
Number 6, Jalen Sanders back to punt it again. Our Josiah Gillespie, number 13. And by the way, he's been having a pretty good season returning the football.
Yeah.
Here comes a pretty good rush.
Yep.
Line
Good
drive
rush.
punt. And Joe's going to watch this one bounce because they've got people down there, but we still get it back at the 43.
Yeah, and first he's going back to the first touch. There the official is, and that's what he should do. The ball bounced up and hit number 11 there, and when it did, that's the first touch. Once the ball's blown dead, you bring it back to there.
45-yard line. Maroon Devils will have it with now 27 seconds on the clock. Time for a few plays here.
And the clock shouldn't start until the snap, so.
And again, I thought the football looked black, but I can see the official now kind of has a black towel he drapes over the football, holding it between plays. So
That's it. Okay.
keeping it dry. A little rain here.
Got trips here to the wide side of the field.
Reese wants to
Throw
throw.
it out here to Joe.
Got Joe out here
Quick out.
and
Get
good.
to the line of scrimmage and get this next play.
Yep,
we got
good
a
tackle.
timeout. No, Coach Holt went in and called a timeout, I believe, with 19 seconds left to go.
And we can't tell on that clock how many timeouts are left for either team.
Yeah.
They don't have that feature on the scoreboard. But
But I'm not used to that new subtraction and math and stuff. I can't remember. I got a disease that I can't remember stuff like that.
I think I have the same one,
I'm
Coach.
serious.
I think it says we're over 60.
Yeah, I'd always ask the officials how many I had left. And they'll tell you most of the time when a timeout's been called, and they'll come over and tell you. And
yep, they're writing it down right now.
Yeah, and I would always ask the official on our sideline how many timeouts we have left, because you lose track. I always did. You're thinking about so many things about the kicking game, offense, defense, field position, punting, whether to, onside kick it and all this other stuff.
That's it.
All of a sudden, how many timeouts do we have left? Yeah.
Hey, that's why you have one of those get-back coaches so he can keep track of that.
Oh, yeah.
and then keep the coaches off the field.
Oh, yeah.
The get-back coach.
Yeah.
2nd down and 4 at the 49 for the Maroon Devils here.
Going out of a split-back formation this time.
Yeah, split back. Looks like the old veer.
Yeah, only play we'd run out of that before. And there's Collins coming out of the backfield on the wheel route.
Oh, it's up for grabs, but it's way underthrown.
Underthrown.
So pass is going to be incomplete. That will stop the clock at 12 seconds.
Yeah, they let it run a little bit too long. And Reese is trying to explain that to the official, because when Reese turned around, the clock was still running. And the ball had already gone out of bounds over there.
Yeah, they kind of did that on the punt return as well. I noticed the clock was still running when the ball was blown dead. So here we go.
Maybe getting a little home cooking. Who knows?
That's it. 3rd down, 4.
Double twins again.
4-man front now by the Thomasville defense. Reese wants to throw again. Look, quick throw, left side. Gillespie has it. He's down the sideline, runs out of bounds. We got time for one more.
One more play. A little over 5.5 seconds. We need to take a shot.
That's it. And he gets out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. So you're right, Coach. We have to take a shot.
Yeah. And to be honest, Gary, with the adversity we've had in this first half, right now to be down 14 points, I'm not going to say it's any kind of moral victory, but block punts and all the penalties we've had, the turnovers.
Yeah, it could be worse.
Yeah, and one of those being a defensive score, that's saying a lot right now. To me, it is. We just got to find a way not to hurt ourselves anymore and claw our way back into this thing.
That's right. We've got to quit shooting ourselves in the foot and taking care of the Maroon Devils. And now we're going to take a timeout on offense to see what kind of final play we can come up with. Yeah. And, we've seen some creativity on offense.
Oh, yeah.
At times.
And that may be what they're doing. They're going to try to pull a rabbit out of a hat.
Yeah.
And, we saw that at Cherokee. Coach Cook and Coach Holt got their heads together and said, look, we're pulling out all the doorstops, baby. We're going, and we did.
Now's the time. Now's the time,
because if you can get on the scoreboard right now, it changes the whole complexion of this game.
It really does. Gives you a lot of momentum.
Yep.
And boy, momentum has been. It's kind of somewhat Thomasville, but even Thomasville has not really grabbed momentum by the throat.
Yeah,
they just totally controlled it.
Yeah, they acted like they kept wanting to throw it back to us every now and then. And they've had a lot of busted plays and penalties too. So
they have.
Yeah, it'll just boil down to us right here now on this particular play with 5 seconds, even if it does take that long, because we're going trips out here to the wide side of the field again. We got Jenkins into the boundary over on the other side. Don't forget about him.
Yep, and they're dropping 4 deep.
Yeah, they're back there deep. And you might see Reese look over here and then throw this ball back to Jenkins. I think that's actually what he wanted to try to do to begin with.
He's throwing it up. It's going to be short, and they actually intercepted. Of course, the half is over.
Yeah.
But you could see that ball slipped out of his hands because it was fluttering.
Yeah, it just fluttered straight up. I think he was actually looking for Jenkins out there on the single side receiver side, and they had dropped off in that deep coverage, and he just wanted to throw it up, but he couldn't. I don't think he could find it with his eyes. I don't know.
Fans, stay tuned. We're at halftime. Right now, Thomasville with a 14-0 lead over our Maroon Devils. Stay tuned. We have the second half on the way as we'll continue live right here on the Maroon Devils Network.
Hello, viewers. My name is Audrey Zelinka, and I'm one of your student correspondents with the Maroon Devils Network. This channel was created in 2014, and since then we've had over 430,000 views, but more than 75% of those have been non-subscribers. Right now our channel has a little over 2,400 subscribers, but we want to reach a goal of 5,000. To help us do this, you can like, subscribe, and share our videos. Thank you for watching the Maroon Devils Network.
Hey Maroon Nation, my name is Erin Jenkins and I'm an alumni of Swain High and also the Maroon Devils Network. The network you're watching right now helped me chase my dreams and get my start in broadcast journalism. From weekly interviews with Coach B to hosting game day specials and even getting to sit down with some of Swain High's greatest football legends.
History of the Maroon Machine.
All of these things help get me to WNCT 9 on your side in Greenville, North Carolina as an on-air news reporter. Right now, you can help other students just like me to chase their dreams by liking, subscribing, and sharing the Maroon Devils Network. As always, go Big Maroon!
Hello, viewers. My name is Audrey Zelinka, and I'm one of your student correspondents with the Maroon Devils Network. This channel was created in 2014, and since then we've had over 430,000 views, but more than 75% of those have been non-subscribers. Right now our channel has a little over 2,400 subscribers, but we want to reach a goal of 5,000. To help us do this, you can like, subscribe, and share our videos. Thank you for watching the Maroon Devils Network.
Fans, welcome back. Our Maroon Devils will kick off to Thomasville to get things underway as Brendan Lanning is going to be kicking off for the Maroon Devils. He's back. He kind of does a little hitch and go and kicks it to the sideline. The ball is loose, but it goes out of bounds, I believe, Coach.
Yeah, I don't know how close we were to an opportunity to get that ball, but we hit the ball. The guy who was chasing the football down there to try to catch it, number 3, I believe it was, and he dropped the ball, and I believe it went out of bounds before we had an opportunity to get on it.
By the way, I want to give a shout-out to both of my grandsons listening in, Will and Drew Ayers. They're back at home watching and listening to the game. And, glad to have them along, and hopefully we can have some better news here in the second half than we did the first half.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to run their trip set out here to the wide side of the field again. Just look for that back on this side for them to try to get him out here on that grass or get that quarterback out here. They got the tight end up the upper side.
Here they come.
It's going to be the quarterback.
He's going to run it with all those blockers, and he's got some room. But Brandon Frost coming up, and looks like Nathan Bowe coming up over there on the tackle. Frost and Josh Collins with the initials hits. But, Coach, we can see that just misty rain kind of blowing sideways out there.
Yeah, just you're cutting still again from right to left across the field. But, we just left them too many running lanes right there. Then.
Yeah.
And with a young man with his kind of speed and foot quickness, you can't hardly do that. Now the back is away from the trip, so you may see it. You're going to see something a little bit different here. They're probably going to give it to the fullback. Right there they do.
Yeah, and here they go.
Yeah.
Boy, right up the gut. And he's got a first down and then some.
Yeah.
And again, when you're 235 pounds, Reese Winchester actually got him by the leg and held on until help came in. And that was Lucas coming in, Lucas Sutton, to bring him down.
Yeah, I believe it may have been Jenkins over here that finally got to him out of that because they had those trips. And he was already lined up kind of on the inside of it and saw it. If you look in that backfield, here they go again. They've got him over here to the running back to this side again.
Yep, same set.
Yeah, because they're not. And that generally means they're not going to run it wide out there unless it's the quarterback.
And we got a whistle.
They were going to run the double trap.
And a penalty flag
this time.
Got a false start on somebody. No offside against the defense. That's our second time we've had that on that offside penalty on the defensive front.
Well, that makes it easier on them now because it's going to make it 1st and 5 now. And they're still trying to get the ball out to the wide side of the field, but they were going to run the counter double trap, which means they're pulling the guard and the tackle from this side to the wide side of the field and giving the ball to number 5. Now they'll probably change it up. We got to look at their alignment right here. Got the tight end 17. We'll see which way he goes. He's going to be lined up in here to the. Now 5 is to the trip side, to the wide side of the field. So now you can see something. Pretty much expect they're going to try to get to the wide side of the field.
They're going right up the gut. Yeah. And there comes 5 again. Yeah. He's got the first down and about 5 more yards before we can take him off his feet. Yeah. But, boy, he's quick for a 235-pound man.
Yeah, and he's not making very big steps. They're just quick and powerful. And that was a zone play, inside zone play. They just put a hat on a hat. He sees where he's got the option of running that ball anywhere he wants to run it.
And now we can feel that wind actually coming in the press box. The wind is really blowing, and there's a light drizzly rain to go with it.
There he is out to the wide side of the field. Going to run the same play. That's the inside zone.
And here he goes.
Same play. They just ran it again.
And he's just breaking tackles.
Yeah.
We tried to grab his leg, and as a matter of fact, he lost one of his shoes. But boy, he still got some yards.
Yep. Yeah, he just kept battling.
And he's just a strong physical player. As we mentioned, 5'8", 235 pounds.
Well, and Thomasville's gone in the locker room. They said, look, we're getting back to this ground and pound game, and that's what they're doing. They're not trying anything. It's not fancy. They love that trips out there to the wide side because they know it stretches you, and it gives them an opportunity, gives them a lot of running lanes. And if you'll watch the guard and tackle to that side, because the tight end's on this side.
Look at that big gap.
You'll see that movement. Now it's a counter double with the quarterback.
And he pops it outside, cuts back inside, down inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be short of the first down, but still positive yards for Thomasville.
Yeah, and most of the time he will take that ball to the wide side of the field, but we had him pretty well cut off to that side, so he just came around where those double trap blockers, that guard and tackle that you could see pulling from that back side. It's always from the weak side to the strong side when they run that play.
So now it's going to bring up a second down. They're still going to need about 5, we'll call it. They can get a first down inside the 5-yard line.
Same formation, got the running back to the trip side. Now they're going to run the counter double. He cuts it all the way back.
And he's going to be close to a first down at about the 5. They're going to spot it, though, on the 6, so he's going to be short of the first down. Should bring up third down and a couple here. Third and, almost about 2.5 yards for a first down.
Yeah. We need a stop right here. We need something good to happen for us. They've got all the momentum on this opening drive of the third quarter.
And, Coach, they're using a lot of time. Yeah. Only 8.5 minutes to play in the third quarter, and they've used it on this drive.
Yeah, and there we go again with the trips. Yep, going to move the back over to the other side. The quarterback's telling him what's going to happen right here.
This time they got the tailback in.
They moved up front, jumped. I think somebody said something up there and got them to move.
Yeah, false start. Yeah. So that'll back them up 5. So that's going to bring up third down and almost 8 yards. Back inside the, let's see where they spotted at about the 12-yard line, I believe.
Yeah, same formation. They're not going to change the play. They're going right back with what they run. Just watch that to the right-hand side, the guard and tackle. And they're going to tell you a whole lot of what's happening.
Here's a jet sweep.
Coming over the top. Yep.
Jet sweep to the left side. We stack it up, though, at the 10-yard line. Pretty good pursuit up there by the Maroon Devil defense, led by, again, Blake Swain coming up on the tackle.
Yep.
And, again, Lucas Sutton. So they strung that play out enough to slow it down. So it's going to bring up third down. Oh, no, that should bring up fourth down.
It will be fourth down, and the way they look at it, they're in 4-down territory. They're not going to attempt a field goal. Here they go with the trip still to the wide side of the field.
It's going to bring up for fourth down and 5.
Now number 5 comes back in the game. He's lined up at that running back to the same side as the trips. You see a wide split between that guard and tackle.
Here's the quarterback.
Zone, pass game.
Throws it in the end zone, and he missed his guy. He had a man open back there, but he threw it at his feet. Going to be incomplete, and the Maroon Devil football. So big opportunity missed by Thomasville.
Yeah, and golden opportunity for us right now.
Yes.
To get this thing and reestablish ourselves on this drive right here and pull out all stops right here.
That's it. Got to get back in this game. And, again, they have used 4.5 minutes of the third quarter on the opening drive. And now we're looking at first down for the Maroon Devils. Line of scrimmage is going to be just shy of the 10 at the 9-yard line. First down at the 9. Now let's see if we can get it going. 3 wide receivers out of the I formation. Reese under center. Turns, and he's going to hand off. We run for, maybe a yard.
Maybe a yard. Collins getting the handoff there. That looked a little bit more like that backside midline option that we were talking about at halftime. We just not had much luck with it, and right there it looked more like he lost his footing when he tried to make a cut out there. It's not because the ground's going away. The turf still looks real good.
It does. Yeah, the grass looks good. This Bermuda. 7 minutes to play in the third quarter and counting. I formation again for the Maroon Devils as we turn and hand it off to the deep man in the I, and he gets a couple more out across the 11 to the 12-yard line. So this time it was Joe Glaspie on the carry. It's going to bring up third down and about 7, almost 8 yards.
Yeah, about 7 yards, and we really need to convert this right here, and I hope we can. That'll give us some momentum to get the ball on up the field.
No doubt. We need to take advantage of every possession because we've played almost half of this third quarter.
Yeah. And that clock ain't stopped much. So.
No, it hasn't. It's running in a hurry. 6:20 and counting left to play. 14-0 Thomasville. Maroon Devils have a wing on the left side. Reese turns and gives it to the left side. Here's Glaspie. He's going to be stopped short of the first down. It's going to bring up fourth down, and looks like we're going to have to punt it back to Thomasville.
Yeah, it looks like we will. Here in the third quarter, 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
So now coming on is going to be Josh Collins, and dropping back is going to be their quarterback, John Ree Lucky, the senior quarterback, number 2. Remember, the winner of this game will play next week, the winner of Mitchell High School and Drawn High School out of Valdez. And keep in mind, they blocked one. Here comes again. Pretty good rush on the play, but Josh gets it away. It's headed for the sideline, and that means no return, which is probably not a bad situation there, Coach.
Yeah, shanked it a little bit over here to their sideline. Wished it could have got it a little bit closer to midfield, but we got out of it what we could. Now it's a matter of bowing our necks right here and not letting them drive this football down there and putting it in the end zone.
That's it. Got to hang on and play some defense here. We were capable. We saw that early in the game when we stopped them on a goal line stand inside the 10-yard line.
And they're loving this trip set. They're staying with it.
They are.
It out there wide to the wide side of the field again. Back number 5 is on the same side as them. There they come with that zone play.
And here comes the big back, and he's still running hard, and he breaks a tackle again. He's still going out to the right side. He's got enough people in front of him, and he is going to take it all the way to the house. And he broke at least 2 tackles on that, Coach, and when he got outside, he had blockers to make that one pay.
He just he took the ball and went to the end zone with it. I mean, there's nothing, not a whole lot you can say about that. He's doing what he knows how to do. He's doing it well.
That's power. And again, we had 2 shots at him. I know people got hands on him, but again, when you're 235-pound back with some quick feet, that's a deadly combination.
Yeah, you're not going to arm tackle that young man. No, you've got to get that running gear and knock it right out from under him.
So now it's going to be the PAT as Thomasville leads now 20-0. 5:08 to play in the third quarter. The kick is up, and it's going to be good. And we'll take a timeout here. Thomasville just now scoring in the third quarter for a 21-0 lead. We'll be back here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back live. Thomasville kicking off. Maroon Devils will come up and try to make a return, picking it up at about the 20-yard line. It's going to be Kellen McCulloch, and a good job back out across the 30 to near the 35-yard line, again with some light drizzly rain being blown sideways by a pretty good breeze down here in Thomasville, North Carolina. So, Coach will take it over first down and 10. Not bad field position out near the 36. 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. But, again, our offense has got to get moving and got to get points on the board.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's too late, but
right.
we got to make something happen now.
Yes, because time is not on our side. We've already seen, again, 7 minutes gone off the clock in the third quarter.
Going unbalanced right. Got an extra lineman in. Going to run it back to the weak side. Picked up some good yardage there away from the tight end and the extra lineman side.
Joe Glaspie picking up about 4 yards on first down. But again, Maroon Devils have got to, again, start moving that football, moving the chains. And even though we are eating up clock in the process, we've got to make it pay with points on the board.
Yeah. When I say unbalanced, what we've got down there is 4 offensive linemen on one side of the football and 2 on the other. And what it does is it makes that defense have to move over a technique.
And Glaspie gets the ball again, and this time after a couple of yards, they knock him down. And the way they're going to spot it, I'm not sure they're even going to give us a couple of yards at the 43. Now they do. They spot it near the 43-yard line. It's going to bring up a third down and a long 2.
Yeah. And there again, positive plays. That's all we just need to have more positive plays time and time again right here. And especially with only, if you look at the clock, we're down underneath 4 minutes now. We're at 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
Oh, no doubt. This clock, again, when you only have a limited number of possessions due to the other team just running out that clock, it really puts pressure on the offense.
Yeah.
Here comes a fake toss. Reese back to throw. He's under pressure trying to get away, and now he's going to be converged on and lose a bunch of yards all the way back at the 30-yard line. That's going to bring up fourth down and long, long way, and we're going to have to punt it back.
Yeah, it was third down, and I think Reese was just trying to make something happen right there because knowing that fourth down was coming up and punting from back there or where we had the ball, it would have created better field position if he'd have thrown it away. But either way, it's going to bring up fourth down.
So now it's going to be, again, Josh Collins on to punt. So Thomasville will get the ball back with 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter with a 21-0 lead over our Maroon Devils here in the second round of the State 1A playoffs. Good snap. Good pressure again. I think they might have got a hand on it again. And it's going to be going to the sideline. A very short punt out of bounds out about the 35-yard line. Coach, I couldn't tell if they tipped it, but if they didn't, they forced him to shank it.
Yeah, they've been coming awful hard off that right-hand side over there.
Number 10.
They've been making an object out of that the whole ball game. Of course, they blocked it from over there earlier, and so that's a lot of pressure on a punter.
It really is. As now the Thomasville Bulldogs are going to be playing with a short field at the 35-yard line. First down and 10 with 2:47 to play in the third quarter. And right now the momentum is definitely on their side.
Yeah, they're going back to that trips to the wide side of the field again. Got the back to that side, taking number 5 out.
Going to go with the tailback.
Run the zone play, and the quarterback's going to keep it.
And he's brought down by Josh Collins for a loss on the play. He tried to reverse field, but Josh just tracked him down.
Yeah, he did that earlier, and it paid off for him. He got a good run out of it. But what they're doing right there, they're not really reading that. He's got the option, not the option, but his job is to pull it out and take off running. But we had the edge sealed over there, and so he just reversed the field and goes back to where his blockers
come. And kind of lost his footing a little bit.
Yeah.
So now it's going to bring up second down and 13 for the Bulldogs. 2:13 to play, third quarter.
Going to bring number 5 back in the game. Going to put him to the side of the trips.
And, boy, he's a man.
Yeah, and then look for that zone play. Watch those offensive linemen where they put their head. It's a counter double. They pull a guard and a tackle.
And here he goes on the left side, and he's still on his feet. We finally get him down at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, you got to put bodies on him because you're not going to arm tackle him.
No, he's just too strong, and he's got that low center of gravity, if you will, and the leg drive that really makes it hard to tackle him up high.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you get up in his pads when he's running with that forward lean, you're going to be taking a big blow.
That's it. So now a minute and a half left to play, third quarter. Third down and 12 for the Bulldogs, again with some light rain.
Yeah, staying with it. Trips to the wide side again. The back's on that side. Read the backside guard and tackle.
Yep, three-man defensive front.
This time they're going to reach it outside, try to get the quarterback on the edge. He's left-handed.
Now he reverses field. Now he spins around, throws it, and it's going to be intercepted. There's Nathan Bogdanovich, I believe, coming up with the interception, and that time the quarterback just, I think he got confused when he stopped and tried to reverse.
Yeah, he tried to do too much right there, and we made him pay for it. So Bo with a big pick right there, that's got to be something that helps. That's a little bit of momentum, and with only just a minute left to go in the third quarter. We got our work cut out for us to score 3 times. So
no doubt.
We got to get busy now.
It's now or never for the Maroon Devils offensively. We've got to get points on the board because, again, Thomasville, with their offense and the way they run the ball, they just keep grinding and using the clock.
Yeah. We got trips out to the wide side of the field.
Reese in the shotgun, turns and hands off, and we really don't get anything on first down.
Yeah, we didn't get hardly anybody blocked up front there. It was just we didn't get what we wanted out of it, and I wasn't real sure what kind of movement they had up front right there out of their 4-man front, but they were standing there waiting on us.
They really were. So now second down and 10, no gain, and this is probably going to be the final play of the third quarter with Thomasville up 21-0. And this time we're going to bring trips to the wide side. Aiden Southard's way over here near the sideline. Reese back in the shotgun again on second and long. Looks over here, wide receiver screen. He's got Joe Glassby, but boy, they collapse.
Yeah.
Coach, they had 3 guys coming that we did not block.
Yeah, they got their eyes on Joe. Now, and honestly, what your hope is that they will be in man coverage and they're going to take off running. Well, that may be so, but those linebackers, they see Joe the whole way, and they had their ears laid back coming after it.
They did. That's the end of the third quarter, fans. Stay tuned. We're going to take a timeout, and we'll be back with the final 12 minutes. Thomasville in the lead, 21-0 here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. We begin the fourth quarter. We have one final score in. According to information, East Wilkes has beaten Murphy 34-30. Right now, Robbinsville leads 39-6 after 3 quarters over the Cherokee Braves in that ball game. Maroon Devils to throw. Reese airs it out down the sideline, just over the outstretched hands of Joe Glaspie.
Yeah, Joe went a little bit early for it. They were in zone coverage that time, and they had a safety coming over the top. Cover Joe further upfield. Reese tried to drop it in between the safety coverage and the corner coverage, and the corner was playing what they call a trail technique, just letting him outrun him a little bit so that the safety could break over, and Joe went up just a little bit too early to try to pull that one down.
So now the Maroon Devils, I'm afraid, going to have to punt the ball back on 4th down and 8 at the 42-yard line as Josh Collins is dropping back. But, Coach, I'm not sure that Thomasville is buying that we're going to punt it away. They haven't dropped anybody back to return yet.
No, I don't think they will. They're real skeptical about this. They're going to line up in their base defense up there.
Yep, they're going to look for some kind of a fake punt.
Yeah.
Josh Collins is very capable of running, but now there's going to be a timeout. I'm not sure our Maroon Devils want to try a fake punt against this defense.
The play clock had not been reset, I don't think.
Yeah, because it ran down to 0.
Yeah, and I mean it was there was no way that it should have been at 0.
So they're probably going to reset this and restart. Let's see if that's the case. Well, they're just going to. Yep, they're going to restart it.
Yeah.
So now, just underway, fourth quarter. Still nobody back deep. Josh Collins is going to throw it. Down the right side, he's got a man open, and there's the first down. A big catch over here on the sideline, inside the 30-yard line. How about that over here? Our biggest offensive play of the night to Kellen McCulloch on a fake punt.
Yeah, and we got a flag on the field. Kellen didn't do anything, so I can't see it being anything that he did. He just caught the ball and ran with it.
Yeah,
so
he was open over here.
Yeah, and I'm not real sure what the call is from the back judge there to he's going to talk it over with the head man. We may get some more yards out of it yet.
Yeah, it could be a holding call on the secondary.
Yeah, or maybe a horse collar. It's a personal foul. Face mask.
Face mask.
He reached across then. I didn't see that. They were down in front of their sideline players, and I didn't hardly see that one.
So now it's going to be moving the football from the 27, where, again, Kellen came down with a big pass from Josh Collins, and they're going to tack the face mask on to the end of that, moving it down inside the 15-yard line. So now the line of scrimmage is going to be just about the 13, 14-yard line. First down, Maroon Devils, our first, I think that's our first trip down inside the red zone.
Yeah, going to run out of double twins again, staying with this formation.
Reese back to throw, looking left side, and down there is Glaspie. He kind of had to play defense because there was a lot of coverage.
Yeah, that's kind of a fade route into the end zone, and they had it well covered. Their corner was back there with Joe, and it was Reese threw it up there for a jump ball, and that's what you got to do with it if you're going to throw it into the end zone from where we are.
Jalen Powers, number 3, was back there, and he had a shot at coming down with the ball, and I think Joe just kind of went up and knocked it away.
Yeah, I think we're going with more of a power set right here because took 2 receivers out of the game. Yeah, we are. We're going with that stack set with the 2 tight ends up there at the upper side, and with Collins at the running back.
Oh, boy, he stopped for actually a loss at the 15-yard line, and right now we're just not getting any push on the line of scrimmage.
No, we're not getting those folks blocked up front.
No.
We really aren't. They're gap controlling us, and we're not picking them up. We're missing them completely.
You're right, and they are making us pay because that's actually a loss of a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd down, 11.
And what I mean by gap control, you watch those 4 defensive linemen, the big guys down in there that line up in the stance, and they'll be moving when the ball snaps one direction or the other, all moving to the left right there.
Here goes Josh out of the Wildcat, and coming up a big open field tackle coming up. That was 24 again, and he's been in our backfield a lot tonight.
Yeah, it's going to bring up 4th down. We're going to go with the spread set here again a little bit. We're bringing the receivers back in the game and try to get at least a first down, if not put it in the end zone on this 4th down play, because with 10 and a half minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. We've got to get on the board right here since we're down here.
Oh, no doubt. Down at the 7-yard line is where we'd have to go basically actually down to the 4-yard line is where we have to go to the first down.
Yeah. High backs.
Reese tosses,
run reverse. Pass.
Collins throwing in the end zone, up for grabs. There's a lot of people, and the ball was picked off, but that might be an interference.
I believe it was because they had Bo at the corner was draped all over Bo right there as the ball started down. So, and really not a bad defensive play.
No, it really wasn't.
If you figure that, Lord, he may have me beat, then just go on and take that penalty. And
it's better than giving up 6.
Yeah, not pulling against us. Just saying that's how you got to make stuff like that happen.
Yeah, and they had 3 guys around the ball.
Oh yeah, and so it's going to bring up a first down for us.
So that should put it down inside the 10. They're going to spot it all the way down at about the 7. And that'll bring up, wow, that's still going to bring up fourth down because we have to go to the 4 for the first down.
I see that. I apologize. I didn't even see the chains where they were located over there.
So fourth down and still about 3, almost 4 yards.
Yeah, timeout. Coach Holt's got a timeout right here. They went with a split front that time, Thomasville did, which means they put 2 defensive linemen in the B-gap players on the outside eye of the guards, and they put 1 linebacker in the center of the thing. And on fourth down like that, what they're trying to say is you're not going to run anywhere from B-gap out. If you're going to run it, you're going to have to run right here in these 2 A gaps. And they've got a linebacker there that's supposed to take care of all that. So we'll see how that pans out for them if they stay with that front.
And we know with 9:52 to play here on fourth down, this is a very big play, Coach, because if we give the ball back without any points here, it's going to be really, really tough to pull this one out.
Yeah, to try to claw our way back in. I mean, if we can put the ball in right here, onside kick or not, we just got to control the clock as much as we can and try to get another one in, and then it throws a whole different light on this ball game.
Absolutely, we've got to come up with a successful play here to at least get a first down at the 4-yard line. That'll give us a 4th and goal with 4 plays to try to punch it in.
Right.
But got to convert here. And they're going to be, like you say, looking at that gap control on the defensive side of the ball.
We'll look at their front right here, and you can see the 2 big guys inside right there. It looks like they may have squeezed one of them down into an A gap. And then they may go with 2 A-gap players this time rather than 2 B-gap players. Now, it looks like what they're going to do. They're going to play 1A and 1B. On the snap ball, they should be coming this way.
Here comes the toss to Josh Collins, and he is stuck in the backfield, but he throws it in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yes, sir.
He came up like he was going to just run it like always and threw it in the end zone.
Now there's a flag on the field, and I'm not real sure what this is going to be. Let's see.
That pass
ineligible downfield.
That was complete to Aiden Southards in the back of the end zone. But that penalty is going to wipe this out if that's the case.
Yeah.
And, boy, that's an expensive penalty.
That means that Thomasville will get the ball back.
That is a crucial penalty right now. And it is first down. You're right. It is going to be Thomasville football, I believe, Coach.
Well, no, hang on here. I'm not real sure. No, it's still, I'm not real sure what. I'm kind of ignorant about the ruling on it. I'm not real sure what it should be. So if this is fourth down again.
Well, that's what it's going to be, fourth down at about 9. It looked like the guy with the football, though, was pointing like it was first down Thomasville, but not the case. Maroon Devils still have a shot. Fourth down and 9. I formation again. Reese tosses. Josh wanting to throw again. Looking, rolling,
got one in the middle of the field. There he is.
Throws it up for grabs. It's going to be intercepted. Yep, there's 24.
24.
He's the middle linebacker that's been causing us headaches all night back there, Damian Gathings, and that ball just held up.
Yeah, Jenkins was open just a step or two sooner, but by the time Collins could get the ball, get his shoulders turned and get the ball thrown, the linebacker was just roaming back there, man, and he saw him and jumped right in front of him.
Yeah, you can almost see that linebacker reading Josh Collins.
Yeah.
And, boy, that's a tough break for the Maroon Devils because now Thomasville has the ball back with a 21-0 lead and 9:33 to play in the fourth quarter. And basically, we know what they're going to do. They're going to run that football and run that clock. So now first down at their 9-yard line. Again, they have the big power back in there. Shimon Smith.
Again. Here comes number 5 out to the edge.
Yep, and he's just going to run.
He's just going to get in a foot race with everybody now.
This time he actually goes out of bounds, which will stop the clock, but he gets a first down.
Yeah, he literally just followed those blockers and the quarterback too. I mean, they were all headed this way.
Yeah, kind of a stampede ride.
It was.
And I tell you, they keep doing that, Coach, and that's a hard play to stop.
It is. He just rolled it over the top of all the blocking scheme. He just said, "The heck with how we're blocking, and I'm going to get to this edge," and he did.
He did. So he runs out of bounds up near the 22-yard line. First down now for Thomasville. Clock did stop at 9:23. Still, you think that's a lot of time, but not when you're down 3 scores.
Counter double it with him again.
Here he comes again, breaking another tackle. He's in the secondary again. This time we finally get him down at the 35-yard line. Coming up to cut his legs out was Austin Jenkins.
Yeah, they ran that counter double again. They put him to the side, that what I call the open side, just to guard the tackle. And they hand him the ball. He follows those 2 guys and cuts it right at it. And you know, previously he just ran it over the top. It's blocked the same way. It's the same play. He gets to pick where he wants to go with it.
First down now. So he's carried twice and picked up 2 first downs. And when they're ripping off those kind of yards, it's just really a bad day for the defense.
Now they got him away from the trips. He's on this side. Going to fake the zones out here to him.
Fake the toss, and there's the quarterback running in. He's going to be close to a first down out across the 45-yard line.
He was literally scampering, just dancing, and made us miss and got to the wide side of the field. And he's going to make you pay when he gets out there in that grass.
He really is quick. And now the Bulldogs have run 3 plays and again picked up 3 first downs. Now the line of scrimmage at the 47-yard line. And now they've been in this set almost the entire second half, Coach.
Oh, yeah.
3 trips on one side.
Yeah. And just watch and see where the back is. He's to the trip side, so they're not going to run they may run the counter double, but they'll run it back to the tight end side.
And we had some people moving. I think our defense is offside for the 3rd time.
Yeah. We jumped.
Yeah.
They went with a long count, and then they stayed still, and we jumped.
That's it. So offside, going to bring up 1st and 5 inside Maroon Devil territory.
Yeah, and as a coach, you know, it kind of drives you crazy because you tell your defensive linemen to see that ball out of the corner of their eye. Yeah. Don't listen to any sounds, don't anything else that's done or said, and see movement. And we're just not doing it. So now first down and 5 at the 48-yard line of Maroon Devil territory. And the clock starts running again with 8:15 and counting. Okay. Now they're setting it back up for that counter double look again. Going to put the tight end up to the upper side of the field. Got the trips down here. Got the back on the side of the trips. So now they can either run the zone play, which they do right here with the quarterback. Quarterback runs it to the right side. And this time the Maroon Devils stop it. Outstanding play over here on that right side of the line by Ashton Ball. Yeah, Ashton right down the line of scrimmage like he's supposed to play it. Just keep on those zone blocks. They're all stepping the same way, and here they come. And if you see that formation again, they're probably going to run that counter double. We'll see where they put the trips. See if they put them up to the wide side of the field again, which is what they're going to do. And now you find the back. Put the tight end down here into the boundary. Yeah, got trips on the left. Now the back is to the trip side. Look for that guard and tackle at the upper end. They're in the zone, inside zone play. This time right up the gut. Yeah. When I say zone play, they all step to the right. He gets the football. He gets to choose where he wants to go with it. And Josh Collins on the bottom of the pile. Boy, I tell you what, sometimes it takes more than one to bring that young man down. Yeah, you got to put bodies on him. And he's going to take a break now, and they're going to substitute for him. Going to bring up 3rd down and 3 now for Thomasville. And they're going to bring the tailback back in. And again, that's number 7, Kevin Robinson. Mm-hmm. Shimon Smith is big number 5. Right. Now, he's away from the trips to the tight end side. So that means that something's going to transpire with the motion and with the quarterback right here.
Fake the jet sweep. Quarterback runs right up the middle. Again, a big hole and an easy first down.
Yeah, there again, they zone block it. They don't pull anybody. They fake that jet sweep, get that eye candy, as you call it, going.
That's it.
Get your eyes coming this way. He pulls that ball. He can run it anywhere. He can run it outside, inside, anywhere he wants to go with it.
And he's got the quickness to really make you miss.
Oh yeah, he's dancing around out there and juking and he's not you can't tackle him very easy.
No, he's a tough target. First down now for Thomasville at the Maroon Devil 39-yard line. But unfortunately for the Maroon Devils, here's what happens when they run the ball. The clock is down to 6 minutes.
Trips up to the wide side again. Got to back away this time. They were going to give it to him, pull a guard and tackle over the top.
Yep. There goes number 7, Kevin Robinson. Not much gain on first down. We're going to call it no gain. Second down and 10 coming up. Again, some very light, misty rain with some breezy conditions here, but it really hasn't rained that hard all night.
No, it's just been a mist.
Yeah.
You can see it. It's just blowing across the field, or blowing from one end of the field to the other. And their coaches, Thomasville coaches, are taking their time because they're wanting this clock to run as much as possible. That's why they're not trying to do anything fancy. They just keep running these zone plays and the counter plays. They're going with a full house backfield this time.
Yeah, haven't seen that much.
Pistol. Yeah, they ran it earlier in the game. Got out of the trips. Going to run the draw to number 5.
Yep, here's the big guy.
Yeah.
And he's still on his feet, but this time we knock him down for basically no gain. It's going to bring up third down and 10. And that's one of the few times tonight he has been stopped for no gain.
Yeah, now that they got the ball at hash over there, they may go back with their trip set out here to the wide side and try to set us up again with that, either the counter double or running that zone sweep.
So the quarterback comes back to the huddle with the play. Again, they're in no hurry. Now under 5 minutes to play, and they're up 21-0. And they are in control right now. Third down and 10, though.
Yeah, they're going to stay with their pistol set. 2 backs back there with the quarterback. Going to give it off tackle play. He cuts it back up in just as soon as he could right there, and we're going to stop him right there.
Yep, he got a couple of yards, and that's going to bring up actually a 4th down and 8. And they may consider this 4-down territory and line up and run one more play, but no, they're going to bring the punt team on and punt it away.
Yeah, I believe we got a timeout. I'm not real sure. I'm not seeing the signal. I wasn't paying much attention to see who it was that called it. Now.
Yep, the clock has stopped at 4:32. And we'll see what they come back with. While they talk it over, we'll take a break. Stay with us, fans. We'll continue in just a moment here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, coming on to punt is going to be Jalen Sanders for Thomasville. And we kind of look for them to kind of maybe knock a little pooch punt down the field. Back deep is going to be Joe Glaspie if there is a possibility of a return. And he just kind of kicks it kind of short, kind of in the middle of the field where there's no return. And the Maroon Devils will have it at about the 15-yard line. Only 4:20 left to play here in the ball game with a first down and 10. And down 21-0, and that clock
went to 4:19. That clock is
it's a little slow getting stopped.
Yeah.
Noticed that two or three times.
Well, I can't say anything about home cooking because there's an official over there running the clock.
There is, and believe me, the clock is not. That has not been the Maroon Devils' enemy here tonight.
No, Thomasville's ability to get that football and drive it and maintain it and. Block punts and do different things. We were able to slow some of it down, but not all of it.
Nope. When you, like I say, had a block punt, then you turn it over down inside the red zone. That's a bad recipe in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So now they're ready to go. The Maroon Devils on offense now. Trying to get on the scoreboard and at least wipe this 0. Here's Glaspie with a toss to the right side, but he's going to be stopped in the backfield for a loss of about 3 or 4.
Yeah, we can't get the edge blocked over there, and those outside linebackers are just swarming us out there. And
11 and 24.
Yeah, they're the two inside ones. They're just playing downhill into alleys. But those outside linebackers are just keeping everything back inside of them and not forcing it too hard upfield, just letting us come to them and making the play.
Looks like we got one of our guys with a cramp over there. So they're Kerry Powell over there working on that cramp. And they got a timeout while they work on that because he's down on the field. And that looks like Joe Glaspie. And he's had a really solid year, Coach, and really got better as the year went on.
Yeah, for somebody who hadn't been a running back all year long, and then they put him back there and start putting the ball in his hands. He created some danger for us, and that it's not enough for tonight with 4 minutes left. But now he was very dangerous down the stretch late in the season.
And a couple of scores right now. Let's see. Well, Robbinsville is on top 39-6, but now we have a corrected score. We had said earlier because we got a score that East Wilkes had won 34-30. Now we've got a corrected score that says Murphy 39, East Wilkes 34 with 2 minutes left. So we want to make sure we get the right information out there. But it looks like that Murphy has won and Hayesville has won that seems to be the corrected information.
Okay.
So looks like Murphy and Hayesville has both won. That's kind of a big win for Hayesville because they were a lower seed in that game.
Right.
But right now they're working on Joe Glaspie over there with 4 minutes left to play here.
Yeah, Joe's still down. I hope all it is a cramp. I hope there's nothing major wrong with him. Can't hardly see over there. What's going on. But
they look like they were stretching it out, but normally if it's a cramp, it doesn't. Yeah, he's up. Yeah, he's up.
Feet now.
But he's not putting any weight on that left leg.
Yeah. Let's just hope it ain't an ankle or a knee.
That's it. Let's hope it's just a cramp or maybe just a little bit of a muscle sprain that hopefully can go away pretty quickly there.
Looks like it's a cramp. Whether
maybe cramping up again.
Yeah. Calf or a quad or a hamstring, I should say.
That's it. Yeah, you don't want that kind of a thing.
Okay, second and about 14.
So again, Robbinsville looking good. Apparently Murphy and Hayesville both won. Here comes the toss back to Collins. Throws it down the field. It's up for grabs. Man-to-man coverage. No penalty flag, and it's going to be incomplete. Intended down there again for Aiden Southards.
Yep. Threw it up there just hoping that he could run under it, and they had good coverage on it, and they were right there with us.
So, again, our apologies. We got some bad information that Murphy had lost. That is apparently not the case. It seems now Murphy has won, Hayesville has won. Robbinsville is on the verge of winning in the fourth quarter with a big lead, 39-6 over Cherokee. So those seem to be the updated correct scores from our friends down the line. And our Maroon Devils trying to come up with a score here with 3:48 to play.
Yeah, third down. See we can get it out of the hole. We got trips down out here to the wide side of the field.
Reese throws it wide receiver screen over here on this side. And, coming up from behind again. What an open field tackle by Thomasville.
Yeah.
And, again, there's 24.
24. Come out here on Jenkins. And he can cover the ground, too. That 24, he's flying around out there. He
did.
Yeah.
He really just came up and kind of tackled him almost in a headlock.
Yeah.
Just hit him high.
Wrapped him up high and took him down.
And now Austin
Jenkins.
He looks like he's cramped up as well.
Yeah.
So they're working on this cramp with Austin, and Carrie Powell's getting her work in. Now we have 3:27 to play.
Yeah, she's covering the ground out there, isn't she?
Yeah. And I tell you what, I'm not sure anybody works any harder because she has so many sports to cover.
Yeah. She's on the road a lot. I know that.
Yeah, she is. She's a busy lady. And problem is that's going to bring our Maroon Devils to a 4th down now and still about 10 to go. And with 3:27 to play, down 21-0, I guess, hey, you got to go for it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can go back there and punt it and concede, and that's fine. I mean, there's times where you just got to cut your losses with 3:27 left on the clock. So.
And the last time we lined up and ran a fake punt, it turned out successful.
Oh, yeah.
One of our best plays of the night, actually.
Yeah, one of the biggest, wasn't it?
Yeah. So let's see what the Maroon Devils can pull out of the hat here. Again, we've had a couple of cramps here with Austin Jenkins and Joe Glaspie, and they're still working on Joe over there. We hope he's okay.
Yeah, we're going to punt this one away.
Yeah, Collins back there.
I'm not sure we got everybody on the field we need either.
Yeah, here comes one more guy. We're a man short.
Maybe like we might be missing 2.
Yeah, maybe 2 guys short because they went out with injuries.
Yeah. They'll run Bo out there.
Here we go. And Thomasville not buying that we're going to punt it. So they're on the defensive set.
Yeah, they're playing their 4-man front just like they did. And then we're going to fake it again.
We throw it out to Josh, and he caught it. And he bounces off a tackle, and he's got a first down again.
Yep.
And he's still on his feet.
He's still in bounds.
At the 42-yard line. So 2 of our best plays tonight have been fake punts.
Yeah.
So who would have thunk it, so to speak.
3:14 left to play.
And we still got the ball.
Yep. See if we can make this thing respectable. Well, you got to pull it out. Then that's what you got to do.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to gamble, and Maroon Devils trying to again wipe that 0 off the scoreboard and finish on a positive note with 3:14 to play. Again, we got 4 wide receivers out. Josh Collins is going all the way out, as a matter of fact, and now want to make sure we got the right personnel. 4 wide. Reese back to throw. Swings it out to the right side, and boy, not much room over there. He got it out there, looked like to Kellen McCulloch, but boy, they converged on that play in a hurry and stopped it for no gain.
No gain.
And their linebackers, this time it was 14 over there, Elliott Graham. We talked about him earlier. And with a big tackle. 2nd and 10 now. 2.5 minutes to go. Reese back to throw. A lot of pressure. Rolls to his right. Throws it way downfield, but overthrows everybody, and it's actually picked off again. This time it's number 10, Jalen Thomas. He's going to bring it back upfield, and he's going to be caught from behind and brought down there by
Austin Jenkins.
Yep. Boy, Austin was almost cramping up.
Again,
again.
He was running with all he had in him, trying to get back and make that tackle.
So Thomasville with the interception is going to be able to run this clock out with 2:14 to play and a 21-0 lead. And all they have to do basically is pick up a first down.
Yeah.
And with big number 5, 5'8", 235-pound Shamon Smith in the backfield, they are capable of
they've not had
running the ball.
They've not had much trouble picking up those first downs, and they can chew up yards in a hurry.
Yes, they can.
I believe they got number 7 in there as a running back right now.
Yeah, Kevin Robinson. He's the tailback to the fullback.
Yeah, and five is in there also. Okay, so
they got the regular personnel.
Heavy, just going to run that zone play this way.
Here comes number 7 for a couple of yards and a good. Well, we got another guy slow getting up. That's Nathan Bowe, and he gets up slowly, kind of limping some, and I
believe Coach Holtz took maybe his last timeout. I'm not sure. There again, I'm not real good at keeping up with timeout.
And I'm sure he's telling us guys, hey, look, guys, let's finish strong, and we don't want to get anybody hurt.
Yeah, and don't relax, whatever. Although there's only 2 minutes left to play.
Yeah, but if you relax on these guys, they're going to burn you.
Yeah.
Because they got the speed with a couple of guys and the power with big number 5, Smith, in there. And for a big guy, he's deceptively quick.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't take great big long strides, but those short, quick, fast steps, man, and as powerful as he is.
Yeah, they get you there, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
And you can see our Maroon Devils on defense. You can see the body language. It's been a hard, long night, and going to be a tough bus ride back home.
Yeah.
But
We'll go back to the pistol set. We got the fullback to the tight end side.
And you know they're just going to run it. Here comes the big guy again. He's into the secondary. Josh Collins slowed him down, and coming up, Kella McCulloch and company combined on the tackle, but they get a first down, and that means they can now literally basically hit a knee for 4 plays, and that'll be the ball game.
Yeah, it's under 2 minutes now, so.
Yep, they don't have to run a play, really, with 1:52 to play, and there's not a whole lot we can do about it unless we have a timeout, but that just kind of delays the inevitable, if you will. And now they're just taking their time as the clock is running, and there's still 10 seconds on the play clock, so they'll come up. And it looks like they're going to be in the same formation, but we may just see, again, somebody hit a knee. No, they're actually going to run it. And there's the big guy.
The big man.
But Nathan Bowe said, hey, not on my watch.
Yeah, that's
good tackle.
He finally got that shot he'd been looking for where he could flush him up. And
he hit him straight up.
Straight up and make the tackle.
And I tell you what, when you do that, and I'm sure Nathan will tell you this, you feel it too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when a big guy like that runs into you, even if you're with gravity and force on your side, you still feel it.
It's all impact.
It is. It's yes, you feel that from your head to your toes. Yeah. Second down, 11.
Yeah, they're just going to take the ball and run right at us again. Probably the same look.
Yep, should be the final play of the ball game. And here comes the tailback.
The wide side of the field.
Now the big guy's blocking. Tailback gets outside. We force him out of bounds, though, and that will stop the clock, even though it's still running. Finally, they stop it with 33.5 seconds as the tailback.
Got a flag back here holding on Thomasville.
Oh, boy.
And that's what happens with a lot of zone plays, if you understand zone blocking. When they make that step to the outside and putting their hands on you, if you start beating them, they get gone. And it's inevitable. Sooner or later, somebody's going to grab a hold of somebody.
So now it's going to be Thomasville will have to run basically one more play, and then Thomasville will have this one in the bag, and they'll move on to play the winner of Drawn and Mitchell next week. So Thomasville, again, they're in the victory formation now, and again, all they have to do is snap it, hit a knee, and this game is over. And that's basically what they do. And again, fans, just some updates about other games from what we are now hearing. Murphy has won, Hayesville has pulled an upset, and Robbinsville has beaten Cherokee. And now our Maroon Devils season will end at 21-0 to Thomasville here, Coach. And again, it's been a tough physical ball game. Our guys, and again, we've having some good friends here at Thomasville wishing us the best with a safe trip back. And it is a long ride, 3.5 hours.
Yeah, we got a good driver.
We do. We do with Sharon Burrell and Toby navigating. So we're in good hands, and we've been in good hands this year with Joe Holt and people like Emma Dingle and Audrey Zelinka and Kent Maxey, who couldn't be with us tonight, but we appreciate all their help along with Sharon and Toby Burrell. And, Coach, until next time.
Yeah, I tell you, it's been a great experience being here with you when I could this year, Gary. And Joe's kept me straight, and they only put me in timeout one time this year, so I think that's pretty good. And
absolutely,
I'll try to be better behaved from now on. If we continue to do this in the years to come, then maybe I'll get a handle on it.
Hey, well, I look at it this way, Coach. You know, football is to be able to be good at it, you've got to play it with a lot of emotion and intensity. And when you play it with emotion and intensity, sometimes that stuff comes out.
It does, and I thought it was all gone for him. But every once in a while, when I see something that's just kind of crazy, I go a little bit crazy.
Hey, that's it. Got to have that fire.
Oh, yeah.
Friends, we appreciate the folks who chipped in and made this live broadcast possible tonight. And we can't say enough about the appreciation to do that, because it costs $500 that we got to pay to come down and broadcast live. But we appreciate them. And until next time, I think Toby Burrell's got some basketball coming up soon. That's going to be getting underway, and other activities at Swain County High School that you can see right here on the Maroon Devils Network. So have a great weekend. Happy Veterans Day. And again, our hats off to all our veterans who have served this country well, those in the past who have given us the ultimate sacrifice to keep our nation free. And, Coach, that's a special day when you talk about Veterans Day.
Oh, yeah, it is. And it's big. I mean, it's big in the mountains because of all the dedication that folks had in the services and the sacrifices they made. And, it runs deep. It runs deep everywhere, but it just seems like it's even more so at home. So, but, yeah, thanks again for y'all for having me again this year, and maybe we can find somebody better next year.
Hey, we'll have fun no matter what.
We will.
That's right.
We can't help it, especially with Joe and Coach Burrell. And Joe's promised if I come back, he will have the replay machine.
All right.
He actually went out on the limb and said that today.
Hey,
you heard him, I think.
Yeah, he said he's going to the casino and win the money.
That's what he said. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Fans, thank you for listening. And again, join us next time. Again, basketball coming up soon. And Toby will be there with all the call for that. So always keep your eyes out here on the Maroon Devils Network. So long, everybody.